heart of LA, Valley Sports West, the heart of the fan.
Angels Live is on the air for the Big A on a Saturday night and is presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers right here on Valley Sports. It is go time for the Halos as they look to get back in the win column after losing a season-high 4 straight. Here is what's on tap over the next 30 minutes on what we'd like to call the Big Show. Michael Lorenzen, he will take to the hill tonight, hoping to get the Halos back in the win column, making his 7th start of the season, coming off a great start last week against these Oakland A's. And speaking of starts, Chase Silseth made his 2nd start last night. He'll talk with Carlin Baith, and Anthony Rendon has been getting it done at the plate, now at home. We'll talk about Tony Two Bags in just a bit. We still have a cowbell on the set. I have no idea why, as Mark Lubazaw is here alongside Bobby V, and I'm just happy to be on the far end of this desk right now. I am sorry, Bobby V, you got to deal with that.
Stuck in them? Okay, go ahead.
All right, so the Halos got to get out of this funk, Bobby, because, of course, they haven't lost 4 in a row all year long. They just got to stop the bleeding right now, do it today, but they can't do it without Taylor Ward, and he won't be in the lineup tonight because of an incident that happened last night in the 9th inning. Good news, he wanted to get back in. He thought he was a go. Today, he's not going in the IL, so don't worry, Angels fans, but take us through the play, what you saw last night in the 9th inning, and what was going through his mind?
Well, you know, this is ball is hit over his head. So, you know, as you see that ball go over your head, it spins up going this way, and then it spins down with the same spin going away from home plate. So he had to track that. And when he hit that thing called the warning track, he knew it was time to make a collision. The problem is the ball continued to take him one step further, and boom, the wall was there. Luckily, it wasn't a more serious injury. Right now, he was almost ready to play today, and that's the good news.
Well, the thing is, especially on that wall there in right center field, there was only one. I mean, if he's over like maybe a foot more and it's that padding on the wall, and he's going to be able to absorb into that bounce back, but he went right into the cement part where the padding was, so that's why you saw that collision. He ran into it, boom, and came right back down. So there is some spots in the outfield walls where there's either some metal or cement, but sometimes you get to that spot where you're going to be okay, but that was one of the ones not okay.
I just got to say, 49 years ago this week, I ran into the left center field wall here, broke my leg, and it was not where the pole was. It was where it was kind of cushioned. So luckily, Taylor's okay.
So you're just another brick in the wall then, huh?
It seems like there's always this day in Bobby V history coming at you.
Wait, I'm running into a wall. Hey, don't do that, stupid.
All right. Well, Taylor Ward won't be able to help the Halos at least for tonight, but Michael Lorenzen will, Gooby. He's making his 7th start of the season, and boy, what an outing he had last week against these Oakland A's, and it seems like he's the right man for the job to turn this thing around.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the fact he attacks the strike zone. He's got a 2-seam fastball that's working so effectively. He's got a 4-seam fastball. Even in spring training with the conversation with Michael Lorenzen, he goes, I have enough pitches that even if I have 1 or 2 it's not working, I can still compete and be a very effective starter. He's getting about 55% ground ball rate this season. When you look at this infield defense, 18 defensive runs saved. So keep the ball on the ground. You're going to be effective. He works extremely fast. He prevents his opponent from stealing base. He does everything well as far as being a pitcher on the mound. And it's good to see when you think back to what he was as a starter. The most starts now already this season since he had back his rookie season in 2015, Bobby.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball as well as he's thrown it his entire career, no doubt about that. But, Mark, I'd like to see him think about using more of those pitches when he's in need. Learn to throw a little slower rather than trying to throw harder like he would do as a reliever. I think that's the next step in his development.
4 of his 6 starts this season have been quality starts, so Michael Lorenzen certainly embracing that starting role on a regular basis. Gooby, as you mentioned, for the first time since 2015. Let's talk about those pitches, though, and one being the changeup, something he's using more this season than he has in the past, and he's having a great whiff rate so far in 2022.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, it's because of the fact is that 2-seam fastball, it's a power fastball, then he backs it up with a changeup in that exact same plane, so you're getting swings and chases at that pitch, even though there's a separation. When you look at how much, as far as the of feet between his fastball and his change. You were talking about 3-4 feet difference, but the hitters are tracking the same exact spot, but that whiff percentage at 46.5% on a changeup. You don't see that too often from a right-handed pitcher. Sometimes we'll see that tomorrow with Patrick Sandoval. But take a look at his pitch arsenal. Brought to you by StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. What he's been able to do effectively, that sinker's been great. He throws in that slider. I think the one pitch, and you mentioned it, Bobby, that he doesn't need to throw that cutter as hard as he does. He's having a little bit less success with his cutter this season, but take a little bit off that as far as that and his slider and curve, and even use that changeup even more.
And Bobby just gives him an advantage having those 5 pitches. At times he has 6 as a hitter coming to the plate. A lot of times you do not know what you're going to get.
No, and he could get through that order the third time, which is that mysterious time in the lineup, and we need that. What our team needs to do is get back into a rhythm, right? Having the starting pitchers go some length, score some runs early, and turn it over to a nice succession of credible relievers.
And the offense needs to get back into rhythm as well. They struck out 13 times last night, 7 of those looking gooby, and tonight it's not going to get any easier. Frankie Montas on the hill. A week ago, he threw 6 innings of 2-run baseball. We'll tell you who hit that home run in a second that provided the runs, but this is a guy that's had the Angels number.
Yeah, 12 strikeouts in that game with no walks. So he's a guy with that power splitter down and out of the strike zone. But he also, same thing as Lorenzen, he has a lot of success with his sinker. Usually we've gone away from baseball as far as guys with good sinkers. It's 4-seam fastball, but he stays in that lower plane. He gets a ton of chases with both his splitter and his slider and even his curveball on occasion, but he's down in that lower part of the strike zone. So most times you think against him, you're going to have to bunch some hits together, and he has an occasional walk in his game, but you got to make sure you don't chase that splitter, especially when it starts at the knees. Easier said than done, but when you see it at the knees, I know when I was pitching, the big thing was people, as soon as they saw my sinker starting in the lower plane, they would just take it because there's no way it's going to be a strike, and they would force me up in the strike zone. Force some of his pitches up in the strike zone and have better success against them.
Yeah, Mike Trout just 3 hits and 15 at-bats, Bobby V, and when you're holding down the 3-time MVP of the American League, you know you're doing something right.
Oh, Frank is a very good pitcher, and you know the song that's being sung, as Mark said, get the ball up. You got to get the ball up. And if you do, you'll have some success against Frankie. Chasing that stuff down, no chance.
Yep. He's faced the Angels 14 times, 11 as a starter. He's 4-2 with a 2.36 ERA against this Angels ball club. Very impressive as he takes the hill tonight. One of the few players that wasn't sold off as part of the fire sale to start the 22 season for Billy Beane, the GM of the Oakland Athletics. But you can bet, gentlemen, come trade deadline time, this guy's name will be mentioned many, many times. But there is one guy, Gooby, who's had his number as far as the Angels are concerned. He is the gentleman who hit a 2-run homer last time they saw each other.
Would that be Shohei Ohtani? Was he going like this and lifting that up? Yes, he was. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, when you think about what he has done against Frankie Montas, that lower part of the strike zone, well, do you know what he did? He brought that pitch up in the strike zone. He drove out here at the Big A. 3 career home runs. That's another elevated pitch against Frankie Montas. You have to do that. 3rd time. All 3 home runs above the belt. Less movement, less lateral dip in his splitter when you elevate those pitches. Trust me, when you're a sinker guy and you elevate, there's a good chance the hitter is going to celebrate against you.
Now you get Shohei Ohtani leading off, no Taylor Ward. How will that affect the way Shohei is pitched with all these big guns behind him? Will that change at all?
I don't think it will change. You know, Frankie has a plan for Shohei because Shohei has owned him in the past. So it'll be interesting if he's very careful and walks him, and that's just the start that we can use.
You know, Gooby, before I let you, you know what I'm going to have is like Bobby V is just going to interact and just do a, he's going to mime as you and I talk. He's just going to act everything out over here. Hey, before I let you go, Gooby, I want to talk about this, the swing and misses that the Angels are having and the strikeouts, and what do they need to do to get back in the good graces of pitcher hitting to contact? Joe Madden joked around to swing the bat, but what do you think?
But it's tough when you look at the percentages as far as chase rate. They're one of the best in the game. They don't chase. So you think you have a really good idea of the strike zone. So when you think a pitch is off the plate, you're thinking in your mind, I'm not chasing. And that's why you're seeing it again. And all those pitches that were called strikes last night, were strikes, and 116 strikeouts looking this year. So, it's one of those tough ones at home, and everyone's asking, how come so many call third strikes? Well, they're not chasing pitches a lot out of the strike zone, so they want to bring it in the zone. When you look at the guys, Trouty and Taylor Ward, for instance, they are crushing the baseball in the zone. So you don't want to take them out of that right now, I think. It's some of the guys in the lower part of the order, be a little bit more aggressive early on and not worry about that third strike. Make contact early and put the ball in play.
Bobby, what does it look like when Gooby leaves?
We're so lonely. It's just the two of us all alone.
Gooby, we need some more room. I knew you were going to do that. Can you take your cowbell with you and just leave for me?
We'll be together again soon.
Go home.
This has been great.
Again.
I really appreciate your time.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to take our first time out here in Angels Line. When we come back, Gooby won't be here, nor will the cowbell. Just Bobby V and I will be hanging out, and we're going to bring in Carlin Baith because she's going to have a talk with Chase about his first 2 starts in the major leagues.
The Earth's gravity changes in spring.
It's the ultimate power hour. Quick Pitch takes you around the league
Things are heating up.
for every must-see moment from the majors.
The defending champs are doing what they do best.
Quick Pitch, late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
It is gone!
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup,
Swing and a miss!
or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers right here on Bally Sports. The fans happy to have their team home for a 9-game homestand. This is game number 2 against the Oakland Athletics, and the Angels trying to get themselves back in the win column. And hopefully the Cowboy hats come out here tonight on Country Western Weekend as you welcome you back outside the Big A. Kent, Bobby V with a lot of room out here on the set. Very happy about that. Chase Silseth, Bobby, on the hill last night for the 2nd time in his big league career. Wasn't as dominant, but he proved he can get big league hitters out.
Yeah, I think, another step in the right direction, proving that he does, in fact, belong in a big league uniform. His stuff was exceptional. His command was less than exceptional. And after he gave up that home run, it was a new world, yes. He's here in L.A. He's pitching before a bigger crowd. He's trying to do it again in the major leagues, and that first loud sound sometimes disrupts your concentration. He came back after loading the bases, though, and got out of that inning, and then the next inning performed really well with a man on second and no outs. He's checking the boxes, like we like to say, for the rookies.
Absolutely. Let's get some more information on the 22-year-old. Let's go inside the Big A, where Carlin Baith is standing by. And Carlin, just for a young rookie, as we were talking about, only his 2nd start in the big leagues, he seems like a very confident young man with some high expectations of himself.
Yeah, listening to you and Bobby just chatting there, we have not seen his ceiling, obviously. Just 2 starts on the mound for this young 22-year-old. His birthday was just a few days ago, and something that was noticed right away by not only Joe Madden, a lot of his teammates, as well as his quick tempo between pitches. And if you're thinking, hey, do they have a pitch clock where he came from? Yes, in Double-A, that's something that he was used to, that he's bringing up into his game now. So I caught up with him earlier in the dugout. We chatted about that tempo, what effect that has on his game, and just getting used to the Major League Baseball lifestyle. Take a listen.
I think just my competitiveness. Everyone has a lot of competitiveness at this level, but my tempo that I bring, I like to work fast, So the tempo hasn't really changed. Maybe I'm speeding up some guys because guys like to have their own, routine. So just kind of staying myself and learning to grow from the game is what basically I've taken from the 2 starts. I'm going to experience things and grow and try to learn from everything and try to be the best version of myself.
Well, the fans have been having fun watching your starts so far here. How about your family, though? I know they were supportive there for your first game, and what's been the response like from them, and has your phone just been blowing up with texts or what?
Yeah, it's been crazy. That part still hasn't set in yet, with all that, but just being able to have my family there was awesome. My mom teaching me, that interview, just how to be competitive with the teacher. I'm wanting to win ever since I was young, and when I lose, it sucks and, handle it badly, but I've been getting better at handling losing. But, yeah, it's just been fun.
Hey, the wins will come, especially with this baseball club, and they don't like to lose either. What's it been like joining this club? Take us inside the clubhouse. Has there been anybody that's been supporting you or reaching out to you specifically as far as teammates go?
A lot of the pitchers have, and everyone in there has been awesome. They're great dudes, and that's what makes it easier when you have a great clubhouse like that. Makes it easier to acclimate here from coming up, because I just got drafted last year not knowing anybody. But it's been fun. They're making it great. All the pitchers have been, reaching me out, giving me feedback and things that, I'm trying to be a filter with things, they're giving me to, help me, but maybe it's not for me. So just trying different things and just picking their brains. And I'm trying to be a sponge as much because, they're here and they've been playing the game for a long time. So to pick brains like that is, awesome.
Well, it'll be exciting to see you take the mound again someday soon. And as you do that, as you prepare for the next start for yourself, what are you looking forward to bringing out in your game the more comfortable you get here up with the big leagues?
Just still trying to find myself. I've had 10 professional starts, so just going to keep going and competing and, giving the team a chance to win. And, each game I'm going to find more of myself and what's best and just bring it out.
His remarks that he ended with right there, he's just trying to find himself, guys. This is going to be so exciting to watch him grow on the mound in front of our eyes. And yeah, what a great interview from him as well. He already sounds like a veteran compared to his first interview as well. He's growing by the day right before our eyes.
Awesome, Carl. Yeah, I can't believe he's only 22 years old. Very composed young man. Thank you so much. Look forward to hearing you throughout the course of the game. We got some fans out here that are fired up, ready for this game number 2 of this 3-game series as we take on the timeout here on Angels Live pregame. But when we do come back, after I clear my ears out, we are going to take a look at Anthony Rendon, who is getting right at home. A couple big hits last night and also flashing the leather at third base. You're watching Angels Live right here on Bally Sports West.
It's still the Eat Fresh Refresh, and now Subway's Refresh.
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of boxing's biggest stars. But top contender Rolando Rolly Romero wants his shot.
I'm gonna knock Tank out, and simple as that.
On May 28th, it's time to...
That's all you do is talk.
Davis versus Romero for the 135-pound world title, Saturday, May 28th, live on pay-per-view.
Streaming live on ppv.com.
your Southern California Cadillac dealers. It's Saturday night baseball here at the Big A as the Halos and A's go head-to-head in Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series. As what goes outside of the stadium and underneath the hat, Ken French, Bobby V back with you. Anthony Rendon has been heating up at the plate, but Bobby, most of the damage has been done on the road. The last road trip, 10 for 25. The last homestand, 3 for 25. But last night showed some signs of turning it around here at the Big A. A couple big hits, including an RBI single.
Yeah, and you know, Frenchie, we talked to him early in the season, or we heard that his legs just weren't right yet, but they were building, and he was finally getting the strength back that he needed. And I think watching him on defense and watching him swing the bat, he's finally getting his legs underneath him. There he is from his knees making a great play. But there he is getting firm and pulling a ball that you need to have good, firm foundation in order to do that. He's hitting the fastballs and the breaking balls. He's running around the diamond like he's an 18-year-old kid. And when he makes that play coming in on the ball, he has such perfect rhythm and smoothness. A field off the left and throw off the right. It's poetry in motion.
And you can't put enough emphasis on how important the hips are when hitting the baseball. I mean, that's hip surgery. It takes a while to come back from that and feel comfortable.
Yeah, I think the hip is fine. I just think, getting those legs right, getting that foundation. I always felt my hands and my legs, everything else would come, and I think that's what he's feeling now.
Well, he certainly is. If you look at the numbers now, we're going to look at some percentages. When you look at the hard hit rate and balls hit up the middle, since he's been a Halo, these are the highest they have been. 43% hard hit, 46% up the middle. Very easy to say by looking at the numbers. Anthony Rendon on his way back to being Anthony Rendon.
Yeah, I like everything I see, and especially the smile on his face. It looks like he's enjoying being with his teammates. He's has an expression a day, and hopefully that expression will show a big W for the win tonight.
Yeah, one of 6 Halos now with at least 20 RBI on the season. That's about 3 more than any other team in Major League Baseball. And the importance, though, of a happy Anthony Rendon, not necessarily healthy, but happy, and what he brings to that clubhouse and how important he is in that lineup every single day.
Yeah, I think Joe Madden has said it often that this is a good vibe on this team, meaning that the guys like each other. And when guys like each other, if you're doing well, you share it. When you're not doing well, other guys kind of come around and pick you up. It's a good thing to be happy about when somebody else is being successful. That builds a good team.
Terrific point. As we take one more time out here on Angels Live, coming at you from outside the Big Game. But when we do come back, we're going to show you the lineup that will be behind Michael Lorenzen tonight on the field for Joe Madden. Of course, that includes Anthony Rendon, but no Taylor Ward.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you. Play ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
can redeem free medium fries with a $1 minimum purchase at participating SoCal McDonald's. Download and register on the McDonald's app. Make the kids happy. Make Mark Gubbaza happy. Get some fries. Hopefully, we can go to McDonald's tomorrow after a big W here tonight at the Big A. Welcome back to our pregame set. Kent and Bobby with you. Let's take a look at what this Angels lineup is going to look like here tonight against Frankie Montas and the Oakland Athletics. As we mentioned, Taylor Ward out of this one after running into the wall in the 9th inning. He is day-to-day. Shohei Ohtani up on top. Tyler Wade takes his spot in right field, the 8th spot.
Yeah, and I think it's time that the top of the order just does what they need to do, score some runs for us and get us a W.
So we talked a little bit when Gooby was out here about the Angels who've been called out on strikes, an MLB high 116 times this season. In your estimation, what do they need to do to turn that around?
Well, as a hitter, there's a real fine line between aggressiveness and passiveness and selectiveness and aggressiveness, okay? Sometimes when they're not being aggressive, they look passive. Actually, they're being selective. And when you're being too selective, you take a lot of third call strikes. So you have to move the barometer over, get a little more aggressive. Don't get crazy, but expand just a little.
All right, wise words from Bobby Valentine. Hopefully the Angels can take a page out of that and apply it tonight as they take on Frankie Montas and the Athletics, who, by the way, K-12 Angels, the last time they faced each other last week, would pick up the loss as Shohei would hit the 2-run homer. Brandon Marsh and the boys ready to get things going and ready to get themselves back in the win column. Patrick and Gooby back with the call.
I got the mic today. I got the mic. You got the mic. I got the mic today.
Mom, I'm sorry if you hear anything that is said tonight. I apologize. I love you. I haven't talked to you in a few days.
Lo tuyo es rolling, olvídate de los fly. Dame los fly a mí, lo tuyo es para abajo. Tengo dicho a la gente que me ponga el micrófono todos los días. Claro.
The heart of your team. The heart of LA.
Valley Sports West, the heart of the fan.
Tonight's game is presented by Arco, the official fuel of Bally Sports West. Game 2 of 3, Angels and the Oakland A's right here at the Big A. Angels have lost 4 in a row. Trout and the boys could certainly use a big W and a big crowd on hand as Country Weekend continues and Armed Forces Day throughout baseball. Alongside the two-time All-Star Mark Gubaza.
By the way, how awesome was that right there for Trouty? Taking the time to take a picture of that. That was awesome.
It is awesome. Yes. He does it time and time again. Great to have you with us. So the news is that the Angels lost last night, yes, but also Taylor Ward, who's leading baseball in everything offensively, left the game. Good news is day-to-day, it's like a stinger. Not in the lineup, but should be back very soon.
Yeah, I mean, the way he plays the game of baseball, especially defensively in the outfield, he ran right in the wall. He's been doing so many good things, hit fastballs, non-fastballs consistently. He was at the top of every offensive category. Will be missed, but you never know. Maybe you see him later in the game.
So Michael Lorenzen is on the hill for the Halos, and the team could use some quick outs, and he might be the guy to provide them.
That power two-seam fastball, take a look at our stats with Lowe's, and when you talk about consistency as far as getting ground ball action for Michael Lorenzen, you think strikeout upper 90s guy, but he works in that lower part of the strike zone at 55%. Framber Valdez is unbelievable at 68% at the top, but with his defenses in the infield, keep the ball down, use that changeup, even his slider cutter. He's got 6 pitches he can go with throughout the entire game.
Not sure what's more ripped, that tire or his biceps, but how about the defense behind Lorenzen? He's going to throw a lot of ground balls. These are the guys that have been picking it all year.
You talk about 18 defensive runs, say most in the major leagues in that infield defense. You got a lot of pitchers that work quickly, keep the ball down, and work and get some quick outs on the ground, especially with that left side of the infield with Anthony Rendon and Andrew Velasquez. They've been doing so many magical things with the glove, and it gives the pitcher a lot of confidence to pound the strike zone, even use that two-seam fastball like Lorenzen will use a lot here tonight.
I tell you, Andrew Velasquez everywhere. Hands like a squid. He has been picking it, and one of the best defensive shortstops going in the game today. I'm ready for this one.
I'm ready.
How you feel?
Turn it around. Get the W going tonight.
Okay, so Tyler Wade. Oh, we do have a T. Wade in right field. That man right there. It's a Saturday at the ballpark. We got lineups, so you got to face Montas, but we got Lorenzen. Lineups first pitch right around the corner.
Join Kevin Millard.
I'm just a dude that loves baseball.
And Steven Nelson.
I'm nervous as hell, man.
On a quest for legends worthy of the sacred prize.
I thought I lost my mind, but
it's unpredictable baseball coverage that will have you on the edge of your seat all season long.
So keep it locked here on MLB Network all day.
Swing into action and join the adventure on Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
Let's watch some baseball.
There's more to baseball than just the game.
Who's the biggest jokester in that clubhouse?
MLB Network's Off Base, the show that talks about baseball and everything around it.
The sky's the limit. That's why we love this sport.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Montas versus Michael Lorenzen. We saw it up in Oakland. We will see it here tonight at the Big A on a Saturday night. It's an awesome matchup and a great night for baseball here on Valley Sports. Mark Gubaza, Patrick O'Neill, Colin Bade with us. Let's take a look at our Discover matchup of these two good aces.
Yeah, they both threw the ball exceptionally well that last time out. 12 strikeouts, though, for Frankie Montas. Both power two-seam sinking fastballs that will get their fair share of ground ball outs. But some chases for Montas with his splitter. Lorenzen will get a lot more ground ball outs. And I look for him to get some more chases with his slider, even his curveball. Better feel for his cutter, too, today.
Well, important for the Angels to hopefully get a W here tonight. We're going to have to do it without Taylor Ward. We mentioned off the top, it's possible he could come in late in the ball game. Has a stinger, listed as a day-to-day, but that's quite possibly considering what we saw the best news of all. But you know what? Needs some good pitching, and it's Michael Lorenzen's attempt to shut down the A's once again and get back into the win column.
I'm always a big fan when you see a pitcher run out to the mound. That means you're ready to compete. He competes as well as anybody I've seen. I know he loves being a starter. My go-tos for Michael Lorenzen continue this great start as far as being a starter for his hometown Angels. Is get those ground ball outs with his fastball. It's been very effective, taking the sting out of the bat, getting soft contact with his fastball, but better success with his cutter. He's had some cutter problems as far as out over the plate and leaving it upstairs. Make sure you get that down and off the plate. You get some chase and soft contact with that as well.
So let's take a look at this Oakland A's lineup. Tony Kemp, you want to definitely keep Noisy quiet if possible. Jed Lowry's DHing. Seth Brown, Ramon Laureano, Sean Murphy doing the catching. Luis Barrera's had a hot bat since we have seen him up with the A's. Christian Pache is in center, and Nick Allen, known for his glove, just recently recalled from Las Vegas, is that shortstop hitting ninth for Oakland. So I heard you talking about the great defense. Let's talk about this outfield first for the Halos. Brandon Marsh, Mike Trout do have a T-dub, and right, it is Tyler Wade getting the start with Taylor Ward recovering, Anthony Rendon, Andrew Velasquez, Luis Rengifo, Jared Walsh, left to right. That is your Angels infield. And Chad Wallach, Michael Lorenzen, that's the battery. These two were teammates, Scooby at Cal State Fullerton for 3 seasons.
And Luis Rengifo keeping that theme about infield defense. His 8th start in the season, all at second base. He's turned 6 double plays already this season. Been solid defensively.
As you see Luis Rengifo wearing the camo hat, the camo socks, and you see Shohei Ohtani is getting loose. Phil Nevin coming up to try to, a form tackle. Glad he let him go by. It's Armed Forces Day and Armed Forces Weekend throughout Major League Baseball. Armed Forces Day established in 1949, traditionally the 3rd Saturday of May. Major League Baseball continuing to support those who serve our country. First pitch, swing and a miss, and we are underway here tonight at the Big A.
Love to see that attacking the strike zone. First pitch fastball for Lorenzen. So far this season, overall 62.3% strike percentage for Lorenzen.
Quick little ground ball. You talk about wanting some ground ball outs, and quickly that's one. And Walsh takes that 3 unassisted.
And not only is the ground ball out, it's not well hit. It's soft contact with it. That's what you want to take the sting out of the bats. With this range in the infield for the Angels, you get some ground balls, you're going to have a lot of success.
First pitch at 6:09 p.m., 66 degrees. Sheldon Noisy at third base tonight, hitting second. And coming in hitting 262. First pitch swinging, and that's a fly ball to Tyler Wade. And we have 2 down.
An all-speed pitch there for Michael Lorenzen. Let's take a look at what Michael Lorenzen will throw. Let's take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. That sinker, about 33% slider, 19% four-seamer, 18% changeup usage, cutter about 13%. That's the one pitch. I'd like to see him be more effective between the cutter and the slider. Similar plane. You got to stay on top of the baseball. Downward action. Does that, we'll have a good game here tonight.
Gooby, to have a 5-pitch arsenal and the lowest percentage on that 5th pitch being nearly 13%. I mean, he really mixes and matches well.
That's why he has always said he wants to be a starter.
And it's a good start, but be careful with Jed Lowry, who hits the Angels very well. Homer last night off of Chase Silseth, the rookie who I think we feel really good about what we've seen from him. You know, what we saw in those 2 starts.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch. You want that lower third of the strike zone called.
Gives me an opportunity to let us know that David Rackley is calling the balls and strikes. Home plate umpire here tonight. So 2-1 hitters count now for Lowry.
Let's get him to force to hit the ball on the ground. 3 infielders on the right side. Velasquez playing as usual out in right field.
That one's driven well to left. Brandon Marsh came in and had to go back and makes the catch. So Lorenzen, he goes out quick but walks off slow. Ohtani leading off bottom half.
Life is about balance. If I get the proper amount of sleep, then I'm gonna be ready for whatever's to come. I use Aura Ring to always let me know everything that's going on with my body. The accuracy is what sets Aura apart. My sleep score is something that I'm always paying attention to. It's literally part of my morning routine. Always trying to make the most out of this thing we call life.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
What can you expect from ButcherBox? 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, and so much more. From farmers who believe in raising animals with care, with no antibiotics or added hormones, ever. All with free shipping right to your door. Together, we can make a difference. One meal at a time. Join ButcherBox today and get a free grilling bundle in your first box.
Leading off, how about we point out that he has 3 career homers off of Oakland starting pitcher Frankie Montas. That's his most versus any, and we saw some history up in Oakland as well.
Patrick, all 3 of those pitches you noticed were a little bit above the belt. And when Frankie Montas is on his game, he's getting chases at the knees or below. So that was good at bat, a good approach for Shohei with 3 career home runs off him, all elevated pitches.
Now here's the batting order for your Angels. Ohtani leading off. Again, Taylor Ward day-to-day could be available. Just a stinger. Mike Trout hitting second. Anthony Rendon third. Walsh is the cleanup playing first. Brandon Marsh, Luis Rengifo, Chad Wallach, Tyler Wade, and Andrew Velasquez is the shortstop for Joe Madden's crew here tonight, looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. Not going to be easy, although Frankie Montas has lost 3 in a row. He hasn't gotten a ton of run support either.
And not a lot of traffic either. A whip of 1.02.
Well, a hush falls over the crowd with Ohtani leading off for the Halos. First pitch fouled back. What do you think the approach, the attack is going to be here for Ohtani in this at-bat?
Well, Ohtani and the rest of the lineup are going to try to force Frankie Montas up in the strike zone. You have to lay off those pitches starting at the knees.
Quickly 0-2.
My go-tos to have success against Montas today, and the approach you have to have throughout is don't miss a fastball. There's some coverage on a fastball against him, not a batting average, but power. And you got to square up his flat slider. Occasionally he will get a flat slider out over the plate, and that's when you got to do some damage against him.
Comes the 0-2 offering from Montas upstairs.
He's allowed 4 home runs versus fastball, a couple versus his slider this year also. That splitter has been devastating. They set him up now for a splitter at their high fastball more than likely.
So good take there from Shohei Ohtani, which will be a topic of conversation for us here tonight. Gooby, obviously, with the 13 strikeouts for the Angels, 7 looking. And what you want to see. You want to see a team be patient. You also need to see a team attack. There's got to be a balance. And of late,
it's really tough because you have a guy on the mound who gets a ton of swing and misses and chases. And then you're facing an opponent that doesn't chase a lot in the Angels, but they have been called out by a lot of third strikes. So you're caught in between. You want to be patient, but you also, with 2 strikes, you got to maybe open up your strike zone a little bit more. So especially the lateral part, not below the strike zone, especially against Montas, but outside, inside corners.
2-2, trying to beat the shift. He's going to do it. There's not going to be a play whatsoever for Allen.
We don't see that too often for contact, exit velocity off.
What do you got on that, 33%?
I thought about maybe about 67%.
I'm going to take the under.
That's right on the handle of the bat.
Surprised he didn't snap that bat in 2. That's just a little chip shot for Ohtani. With the PGA Championship going on. So I won that one. Exit velo 53, although my first guess was 37. So we'll call that a push. What do you think the hit probability was on that?
I couldn't imagine it being all that high, but you know what? Sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it.
And he got a hit, just 11% hit prop. So here's Mike Trout, first pitch swinging on that 4-seam fastball that just dipped right out of the strike zone.
Trout has had his troubles with Frankie Montas. Just 3 for 15. No home runs yet against Frankie Montas. That's that little slider out over the plate. A good swing on it. Exactly the pitch you want to do damage if you're Trout.
So fastball slider. What does Frankie Montas throw him here with Ohtani at first base?
He's got 2 choices against Trout. Either he goes to that splitter, which he's had success against him, or he tries to ride a fastball upstairs. I'm guessing splitter.
The 0-2. The fastball misses 1-2. Remember last night when Shohei drew a 2-out walk, stole second, and an RBI single. Rendon drives him in. They manufactured a run.
Montas is quick to the plate. He's allowed 1 stolen base, 2 attempts. There's 12 stolen bases against him and 12 base steals that have been caught trying to steal against him. That's pretty good numbers for a guy that has some traffic on occasion, especially with a walk.
Inside, check down to first base. Sean Barber says no swing.
See how quick he is to the plate. It's pretty quick.
And that's something that Benji Gill has given the information to Shohei on,
Yes.
or they have that coming in.
They have it, but there's sometimes, depending on the batter, because you don't want to be trying to be too quick against a batter like Trout. You'll be behind 2-0 before you know if you try to be too quick to the plate.
Ohtani's going to get a little dirt on those shiny white pants he's got here tonight. Angels with the red tops. I know a lot of fans have been disappointed on the fact that maybe the Angels are playing down to their competition, you know, getting swept by Texas and losing the opener to Oakland. These games have been incredibly tight and could have flip-flopped either way. These are big league players. Trout's going to strike out for the first out.
Tied him up with a fastball inside.
Sure did.
Yeah, the 4-game losing streak, they had leads in every one of them, so things could change around. Bottom line is, when you get that lead, you got to keep adding on. Well, that's a tough pitch.
Sure,
Trout, after a splitter in, runs a 2-seamer. All you can do is hope to punch that ball to right. That's almost like what Trouty was trying to do, just try to punch it in that hole and right.
So this brings up Anthony Rendon. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom first. Lorenzen a 1-2-3 top half.
Anthony Rendon with real good numbers against Frankie Montas. 5 for 11. Rendon has been really good on off-speed pitches this year. And that means off-speed, that's that split-finger changeup.
Pretty decent lead Very close. Looks like he got his right arm on the bag.
Well, you always see a base runner always go to that back part of the bag, a little longer tag, even for a left-handed throwing first base. It's a little more difficult for a right-handed throwing first baseman as far as that tag. That's where a lot now pitchers are taught to throw right to that inside part of that back side of the bag, I should say, because that way you have a tag, because all base runners go back to that back corner.
And Rendon takes a strike. Ohtani tied for the team lead with 6 strikeouts with, 6 stolen bases with Velasquez.
Yeah, Patrick, pitchers used to be told to throw almost like at the midsection of the first baseman, then let him go down for the tag. Now they're being showed and taught to throw to that back part of the base, which is a good decision.
And Rendon, that's just going to be a soft liner over to Allen, 2 away. Ohtani gets back to first. Let's show you this defense here for Marcatze's Oakland A's. Luis Pereira is in left. Saw him in right last night. Christian Pache gets a start in center, and Ramon Laureano moves over to right field. Sheldon Noisy, Nick Allen gets the start. Tony Kemp and Seth Brown. That is your A's infield. Sean Murphy doing the catching for Frankie Montas.
Allen making his 3rd career start at shortstop, 5 at second base. His debut on April 19th. Got a lot of range. One of those old school shortstop. It's a glove, but they're hoping that bat will eventually match that glove. He is very, very gifted as a shortstop and a defender.
San Diego native, Parker High School, just 23. 3rd round pick is Allen out of the year 2017. Here's Jared Walsh. Fouls that one back. Heads up. And 2 down, bottom of the first. Ohtani at first base. I'm going to call that an infield single for Ohtani. 1-1.
See, when you think of pitches to go to if you're Shohei Ohtani, just looking at percentage-wise, a 1-1 count, he does throw his splitter quite a bit to a lefty here, so you think, all right, if you're going to go on this at any point, this would be the pitch to go to, anticipating a splitter.
Montas ahead of Walsh, 1-2.
Well, and it's pretty nasty too. That starts lower part of the strike zone and ends up in the 3rd. There's this grip on that one. And we're going to do some comparisons throughout the game with the splitter for Shohei Ohtani and Frankie Montas. How he's even the grip where the fingers are split on the horseshoe on the baseball is compared with Shohei.
Montas, the team leader in strikeouts for the A's. And he's going to get out of the 1st inning. Not a single to Ohtani, but Walsh grounds out, and we head to the 2nd.
So a few months ago, I realized I was losing my hair, and then I found Hims.
And a licensed healthcare provider prescribed me this new spray. The results have been amazing. I only wish I'd started sooner.
Like if you could start yesterday, do that. Regrow your hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Visit 4hims.com.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Hits the ball hard and far to right. Taylor Ward makes the catch, but smashes into the wall. Marks has mentioned there's some cement right there. Had to leave the game. Angel fans are hoping it's not serious. Not in the lineup today. Need some good news, so let's go down to Carlin Bathe for more. Carlin.
Is my microphone on? There we go.
Hey there.
Hey, Patrick. There we are. Patrick, yeah, the good news is he wanted to be in tonight. It's what's classified as a stinger, and we got an update on him. No concussion or anything like that. So the good news is that he will be in soon. So Joe Madden, I talked to him earlier just about what he brings to the lineup, right? And he was praising his at-bats, so those will surely be missed. He said he's at the stage in his career where guys are kind of wondering what's he doing and how is he doing it when it comes to that work at the plate. And he said, you know, guys, he is putting in years and years of work, and that's what's coming to fruition. So I know he's surely missed from the lineup, but guys, that good news, he does want to be in, just not today.
Okay, Carlin, thank you very much for that. Yeah, Angel fans certainly concerned when you're talking about league leader and, I don't know, average slugging, OPS, on base.
And great numbers against Frankie Montas, too, when you think about it. 4 for 8 with a home run against him. So that's a big part of your lineup not in there against a very good pitcher.
So we're hoping for Taylor Ward to get well soon. Hopefully the Angels can maybe put up some numbers and get some rest. Do have an off day on Monday, something to be aware of, and that one gets inside on Laureano. Looks like did it catch his hand? He's acting like it did.
Second batter this season that Lorenzen has hit. That's right on that back of that arm and hand. As you try to turn your body, it's in that back hand with the throwing arm for Laureano.
Such an important part of this team, coming off a 80-game suspension in this part of the beginning of the season. And that will clearly be sore and potentially swell up. Some strength tests going on with Oakland A's medical staff. See Marcotte out there as well. There's one down here in the inning. Seth Brown grounded out to second base.
Already a couple ground ball outs in the game for Michael Lorenzen. He's had 7 double plays turned behind him already this season. Pretty amazing.
So Laureano is going to remain in the game presently. So hit batter by Lorenzen, one down. And Laureano at first base. It brings up Sean Murphy, the catcher. He's got 15 extra base hits, hitting 191, but does have some power.
Especially early in counts. Generally, he's going to be up there hacking.
When you see that pitch ride in and catch Laureano, sometimes Lorenzen has talked about he gets such incredible movement on that.
Yep. And as a hitter, sometimes you're geared out thinking it's going to stay out over the plate and it runs in on you. So going forward for Laureano, he's going to be looking for that, and that's going to work effectively for Lorenzen going forward in the game.
Ball's behind Murphy, 2-0.
And Murphy, like most hitters, is a more dangerous hitter when he's ahead of the count. And at 300, behind in the count, just 165.
That's a ground ball. Rendon. Rengifo sets up at second base. Over to first. Is it in time? Rules safe at first. Great opportunity for a double play. Murphy got down the line, appeared to beat it.
Pretty good speed. Catcher going down the line that quickly. Not hitting hard. Nice job by Rendon. He got rid of it quickly. Same with Rengifo.
That's a quick transfer from Luis.
Yep. Yeah, foot's in there, beats it.
Fielder's choice for Murphy. 2 away, and this brings up Luis Barrera. Left-handed bat who has had a heck of a start to the season. Beat the Angels up at the Oakland Coliseum with a walk-off home run. He's hitting 370, 10 for 27. So The Angels, who generally, it almost seems like, Mark, they have a shift going for almost every single batter. They're kind of playing Barrera. Would you call that straight up the middle? How would you call that?
Pretty close to that.
And there's a ground ball, another one for Lorenzen. Renifo throws out Barrera. And Lorenzen, pretty good 2 innings. Angels coming up, bottom of the second.
I got the mic today. I got the mic. You got the mic. I got the mic today.
Mom, I'm sorry if you hear anything that is said tonight. I apologize. I love you. I haven't talked to you in a few days.
Lo tuyo es rolling, olvídate de los fly. Dame los fly a mí, lo tuyo es para abajo. Le voy a decir a la gente que me ponga el micrófono todos los días. Claro.
From inside jokes.
Hey, look, it's Mike Napafanakis.
To insiders' perspectives.
I like over 5.5 strikeouts on Walker Buehler.
Your best bet is the pregame spread. Served up only on MLB Network.
Concert after this game today, little country superstar, firecracker, get this offense going. Started here with Brandon Marsh, getting that going. He is definitely a firecracker as far as providing that energy to this offense. See if he can on base, get this thing going against Frankie Montas.
Generally, the conversation with Marsh before the game is, was it 2 or 3 cups of coffee that he's had to get him going? You need Dub had that going.
He's so good.
You had a chance to speak with him also, maybe a potential Gooby Tuesday.
Gooby Tuesdays, yes. He had me laughing a lot today. He's ready. Every day he goes, let's go. Every day he's ready to go.
A good start for Lorenzen. Frankie Montas out there for his second inning of work. No score, bottom of the second. Brandon Marsh leading off.
Generally, you're going to be up there hacking first pitch against Frankie Montas. 375 batting average. First pitch against him. He's in that strike zone a lot first pitch, so be ready to swing it. You don't want to be behind with 2 strikes and dealing with that splitter.
That one sails foul to the left side, quickly 0-2. Montas, I know I mentioned 3 straight losses, but he's one of 4 AL starters since 2021 with 200+ Ks, 200+ innings pitched, and a sub 3.50 ERA.
And he used to be a guy, Patrick, where you were being a little more patient, work walks, but you don't want to put yourself in position to deal with him with 2 strikes.
Marsh stays alive, fouls it off.
And a real high percentage of the time he'll throw his splitter with 2 strikes. So far he went high fastball. It's Brandon Marsh. That's one pitch he's trying to bring down. As much as we say bring pitches up for Brandon Marsh, that's the one thing fastball wise you want to bring down a little bit for Marsh. Going back up.
Upstairs, 1-2. Just to finish that point on those numbers on Montas, the 3 other AL pitchers with those numbers, Garrett Cole, Robbie Ray, and Lucas Giolito.
They're pretty good, don't you think?
I think they are, and I think this guy is as well. He hit the 12 Ks last time we saw him. And was it 0 walks? Is that what it was? 1 walk? One walk in the game, 12 strikeouts. I mean, I'm glad they took him out of the game when they did.
Yeah, the Angels had a little success early in his career because he would walk some guys. But that's not the case anymore. He's really efficient in the strike zone.
How about that? 5th in franchise history. 12 Ks or 0 or 1 walk in a game.
Look at Vita Blue on that list.
Marsh strikes out, 1 away. Second strikeout for Frankie Montas.
A little cutter between his cutter and his slider, down and in. If you make contact as a left-handed batter, you're hitting that off your leg. And his splitter and his slider and his cutter are all set up. In fact, he throws a hard two-seam sinking fastball, so it's the same exact plane. And that's where he gets that success, and that's when he gets the chases out of the strike zone.
So Luis Rengifo with 1 away, right up the middle. Montas gets his glove on it somehow over to first and retires Rengifo. Wow, what reflexes. I mean, Mark, you've been there. You do not have, what do you have, a quarter of a second to react?
Especially when you think, when you release the baseball as a pitcher, you're about 50 feet away. If you're throwing hard enough, that's right back at you. And the one play you can make sometimes as a pitcher is that glove side. And that's exactly where it was, glove side. And he reacted very well and tracked the baseball. That's not easy to do because you're thinking it's going in front of you.
Well, instinctively, he got his throwing hand in there with the mitt as well.
Yep.
And it looks like it caught a piece of that hand and or fingers. And so they're going to.
Because you're in protect mode.
Sure. You want to get anything in front of, you know, protect yourself, but that's his pitching hand. The exit velo on that, 95 miles per hour, right back at him.
And that's, you're about 50 feet away, though. Yeah, there's a little bit of deflection on the pitching hand and the glove.
The feeling there, Mark, I can only assume is just not only the pain, but you're gonna get a sense of numbness and tingling, and you're gonna lose maybe a sense you feel the baseball.
Especially when you think some of his pitches he throws a splitter, and he also throws that sinker. So there's a lot of pressure on that index finger, and when you get hit in that spot of your hand, you're not going to feel that, and sometimes you're going to guide some of your pitches. You could be in trouble. Right off that, the fingertip too. That's. That's a spot where, as a pitcher, you're always taught to avoid using your hand, but in those spots right there, you're using your hand. That ball was back at you so quickly.
It's basically your life is flashing before your eyes. You're thinking about, childhood memories. Yep, he's trying to protect his face.
Yep.
Almost caught the baseball.
Listen. You can really see with finger, that's that index and even middle finger, the two fingers where he puts so much pressure on when he throws his splitter.
You can see, that he says, I don't know if I can necessarily feel the baseball. It looks like the hand is shaking a bit there, Mark. How long would it take, assuming it's just, bruise, to get feeling back in your fingertips? They're going to take it out of the game.
I think because, you see when you put that much pressure on that part of your fingers right there, when you're throwing a splitter, you're going to get a lot of pressure right here on the hand. And I think that's exactly what happened with him.
Oh, that's disappointing for Frankie Montas. Tough one right there. He's out of the game in the bottom of the second with 2 down.
To the track, to the wall. He made the catch.
Catch your team.
Oh, what a play.
My team.
He lifts and makes the catch.
Every team.
As good as it gets.
Only on MLB Network.
I got the mic today. I got the mic.
You got the mic.
I got the mic today.
Mom, I'm sorry if you hear anything that is said tonight. I apologize. I love you. I haven't talked to you in a few days.
Lo tuyo es rolling, olvídate de los fly. Dame los fly a mí, lo tuyo es para abajo. Le voy a decir a la gente que me ponga el micrófono todos los días. Claro.
Domingo Acevedo is going to work his 19th game. He's going to be replacing Frankie Montas. This just happened to Montas with Luis Renifo at the plate. Line drive right up the middle, and he reached up with his pitching hand in sheer protect mode, was able to get the out. After a few minutes with medical team out there examining him and letting Frankie throw a couple of pitches, he did not have great feel for the baseball. They have removed him from the game. Here with Mark Gubaza, Patrick O'Neill, like to welcome you inside our broadcast booth. You know, Mark, you have a baseball. This is a great look right there, that bottom shot, right at the bottom of the screen. You can really see the index, middle finger, and the pain and the tingling and the numbness.
Yep.
And again, this is Frankie Montas, the ace, one of the best pitchers, right-handers in the game, has been taken out of this game. So Gooby, describe, like, you know, that feeling possibly that he's going through.
Yeah, Patrick, when you think about it, he got hit on these two fingers. And here, you know, he throws his split finger fastball so often. So there's a lot of pressure put on these two fingers. And then even when you're throwing that two-seam fastball, there's a lot of pressure here and there. You're not feeling it. It's numb there. So you're just eventually, what you'll do is, if there's that feeling in your finger, especially throwing that splitter like this, coming out of your fingers and hand, there's going to be a lot of pressure on that. If you start favoring it, that's when you hurt your elbow or your shoulder. So when you don't have a feeling at all, you're not going to be able to have that feel to be able to have that splitter, because that's a pitch that puts a lot of pressure on your forearm and elbow to begin with. That line drive right back up the middle. When you don't have the feeling, especially for a power sinker guy, splitter guy, even throwing a cut fastball, there's so much pressure put on these two fingers on the baseball, and right now he couldn't feel it.
That's an incredibly tough loss for the Oakland A's and a break, you know, in all reality for the Angels. They don't have to deal with Montas in this game. We certainly wish him the very best and a speedy recovery. Hopefully he doesn't miss his next start. How tough of a situation is this also? You know, as you see the infielders gathering there and Acevedo warming up to warm up, come in the game not expected in front of this crowd on that bump there.
It's the hardest thing, especially when you're on the road, because the fans get a little bit restless, thinking, okay, as a bullpen guy, you got to be ready quicker, you know. And he came out there in his normal routine. He was throwing a few pitches before the mound, then go back there and then get on the pitching rubber. You want to make sure you have all your pitches going, but there's a lot of fans right now and players that are impatient. They want you to be able to be ready right away, and that's the thing where you just think, okay, I'm ready. You're not. Feel for your secondary pitches comes in as more you throw. Sometimes you don't get enough of those throws in, and that breaking ball and stuff gets hit.
Unusual situation here as Acevedo gets ready. I want to remind everybody that you should visit angels.com/ticket plans or call 888-796-HALO to buy the ticket package that's best for you. Pick the games you want and don't miss out on great seats at the best price. Visit angels.com/ticket plans.
Now, if I'm Chad Wallach, I'm hacking first
pitch.
First pitch I see.
You're thinking what? Dead red fastball?
Yeah. Or even a breaking ball, you just not know if you're quite ready, so be ready to swing.
And he is, and just maybe a little too anxious. Whoa, watch out, Phil. You see that bounce back ricochet? Phil Nevin still has it.
He goes, yeah.
Yep.
Hello.
Domingo Acevedo in for Frankie Montas. 2 down here, bottom of the second. Still no score here at the Big A.
Acevedo fastball, 91-95. You see that changeup. It's a pretty good changeup and a slider. It's a big guy.
Domingo pitching here on Saturday. And 0-2 on Wallach. Went to that slider, misses 1 and 2. So it's that 3-pitch mix that you guaranteed Jeremy Reed and Bali Sorrento, they got the iPad and they're studying this guy immediately.
Yep. When he delivers the baseball, he can almost shake Sean Murphy's hand.
He's tied for 4th in the AL in games pitched. Coming in at 18, this is 19th. Ground ball, third base. Noisy, long throw. Gets Wallach at first for the third out.
Doing a Matt Chapman impression over there at third base. Noisy.
This goes over to his right. Oh, so calm. Backhand. Plants, knows he has time, and delivers a strike. We head to the third, no score.
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of boxing's biggest stars. But top contender Rolando Rolly Romero wants his shot.
I'm gonna knock Tank out, and simple as that.
On May 28th, it's time to...
That's all you do is talk.
Davis versus Romero for the 135-pound world title, Saturday, May 28th, live on pay-per-view.
Streaming live on ppv.com.
Talked about in the opening, that ground ball and that ground ball rate. Getting quite a few of these ground balls right in the dirt in the front of the home plate area where you're not even getting to the grass, where you get that extra quick zip through the infield. So this is soft contact, allowing the infielders to be in position to make plays. 4 ground ball outs already of the 6 outs for Michael Lorenzen. Keep in mind, though, he was sitting in that dugout for quite a while, so this first batter or so for Michael Lorenzen is going to be important. Maybe not try to overthrow, think quick out on the ground again.
Leading off for Oakland here in the top of the third, Christian Pache didn't get the start yesterday and has struggled this season, hitting a .155, just a .429 OPS. Acquired in that Atlanta trade. For Olsen.
A very good defensive outfielder.
He is. Oh, 2 to Pache. It's fly to right field. That's Tyler Wade playing right field here tonight, and 1 away.
We talk so much about ground balls, and a guy that hits a ton of ground balls, Pache, hits a fly ball out. That's baseball.
That is.
But I love the fact that Lorenzen is going right after him, get 2 strikes. Not wasting pitches, knowing the importance of getting deep in games.
And 1 out. Nick Allen, number 9 hitter for Oakland.
He's into his 3rd inning now with 20 pitches, 14 strikes. He's got 1 out into the 3rd inning.
0-2. Slider.
That's the pitch, I think, going forward for Michael Lorenzen, where he can pick up those strikeouts when he needs it. Is staying on top of that slider and get that good downward action. That's perfect right there.
Here's the 0-2, and he got him. Upstairs, slider, and we got 2 down.
That was the old backup slider.
Just wanted to point out that Michael Lorenzen, who we all know went to Cal State Fullerton with Chad Wallach, among others, went to Fullerton Union High School. They were playing Tesoro today for the CIF Division IV Championship. However, Tesoro victorious 3-0. And they're the Titans. Congratulations.
I remember coaching against them. They've always been a real solid baseball program, Tesoro. Boy, he is pounding the strike zone early on for Lorenzen.
So 1-1 to Tony Kemp. You can hear Lorenzen grunting as he releases that fastball. Or we certainly can.
Yes. There's that changeup, sometimes a little quick on his delivery, but it's a very effective pitch. He's getting a 46.5% whiff percentage versus his changeup. Solid pitch for him. Good adjustment, came right back with it again.
2-2.
And credit Chad Wallach for that, to go right back. He knew he made a mistake on that pitch before, but it's an effective pitch for him. Go right back to it.
Former teammates for 3 years at Cal State Fullerton. Spoke to Chad briefly here tonight. He was pumped to get, the call behind the dish. The 2-2. That one's fouled back. Transaction made today. Kurt Suzuki has been activated off the IL. Austin Romine has been sent to AAA. It's good to see Zook back here with the Halos. And Stassi very soon, I would assume, on a rehab assignment with Archie Bradley.
There's that grunt changeup after a grunt fastball.
There's Zook.
Speaking of Cal State Fullerton.
Yep.
Well represented here.
Well, regardless of what happens, what we do know for sure is that Chad Wallach has done an outstanding job behind the plate. So count runs full.
It's that cutter. A little better velocity on his cutter. He's 91 and 92 tonight. Does he trust that power sinker down, or does he go back to his changeup?
What does he do, do you think, pal?
I'm going with that sinker. Trust that ground ball action again.
Here it is, the 3-2. Tony Kemp will give you an at-bat.
Yeah, he'll see pitches.
Sheldon Noisy on deck here with 2 down, top of the 3rd. And he walked him. So with that 2-out walk, let's give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Two-out base runner. Sorry, Mark.
Good speed at first base.
Yeah.
But you also have a hitter that's very aggressive on the first pitch himself with some pretty good numbers on the first pitch. So it's one of those times, maybe just show your B or C move to first base, not your A move.
And there's Chad Wallach, as he usually does, throws down, keep Tony Kemp honest. No score early in this ball game. Angels have a 4-game losing streak, longest of the season. Little adversity dealing with here in May.
But you notice there's no difference in the demeanor of the guys going out to do their work.
None.
It's exactly the same. They know when they get their leads, they got to keep adding on.
The 0-2 upstairs. I can tell you that. I speak from experience. I was able to enjoy some of the pregame with my dad, Ryan, here tonight, and
legend
Hart, who came down.
Another legend.
Said hi to Mike Trout and Joe Madden and Jared Walsh, and such a pleasure to have them here and experience this game with him.
I love the look on the guys' faces when they get a chance to meet them today. Well, you saw my face, too.
I really appreciate you, Mark, and the Angels for making this this wonderful day happen for us. It's just an absolute blessing and a great night here at the Yard. Got some good photos. Mike Trout, all class, coming over. Can't say enough what that guy means to the game of baseball. How much he cares. How much he cares about winning. And Angels, hopefully, can put up a dub here tonight, but it's going to be a battle with these Oakland A's. Always is, Mark. Yeah. Always is. 1-2 here to Sheldon Noisy. Just got a piece. I saw on Twitter, though, that, I will fluctuate between Mark and Gooby, and apparently Mark is throwing a lot of people off. Maybe I just need to stick to
who's Mark
to Gooby, so I don't throw our fans off at home.
I don't know who Mark is either. At some point, I'll tell you that story about with a Hall of Famer having no idea what my first name was, even though I lived with him for 2 years.
Oh, that one's hit well to right field. That's a nice piece of hitting, and Tony Kemp with great speed. So the A's, first and third, 2 down.
Well, those 2-out walks always seem, for whatever reason, to get into a pitcher's mind, because it's a negative thought. You're always taught, even at the lowest levels of baseball, whether it's Little League, high school baseball, professional baseball, that 2-out walk, you try to avoid that, make them swing the bat. Now all of a sudden you got first and third with a guy at the plate that's done a lot of damage against the Angels throughout his career.
Yep, that guy's Jed Lowry. So Noisy, opposite field hit. First and third, 2 down for Lowry. And you saw Noisy, he broke off of first base as if he was going to potentially steal. He got speed at third. Bluff all the way around, and it draws a ball from Lorenzen.
Big moment, even though it's a third inning, big moment in the game here for Lorenzen and the Angels.
Velasquez, short right field. That one misses.
Tried a backdoor cutter.
So Lowry, the switch hitter, former Stanford Cardinal.
Got 2 quick outs, and all of a sudden now some pitches thrown. Had that long delay in the half inning.
3-0.
See, that's his cutter. It flattens out on him. Tried back-to-back cutters upstairs. It's an effective pitch for him to get back in the counts. There's been a lot of swing and misses against it.
Certainly drawn the attention, I imagine, Joe Madden, Matt Wise. This pitch right here is in there for a strike. Back in the count, 3-1. First baseman Seth Brown is on deck.
Got to be ready for your Rendon on that side of the field, because a fastball away. Jed Lowry has shown he's going to try to punch it that way. He feels there's a lot of room on that left side.
And the 3-1. Nice pitch in there, top of the zone. Lowry didn't agree, but that dropped in, Mark.
Cutter, upper part of the strike zone. See, it's going to touch that upper part, just barely. But again, just touching that upper part, eventually if it goes automated strike zone, that's going to be a strike.
Eventually. When is the question? Runner goes, swing and a miss. Lorenzen got him. Lowry showing the frustration, didn't like that 3-1 pitch. Lorenzen with a nod to Chad Wallach. Blows it by Lowry. And a good job by Wallach to hang on to that. We head to the bottom of the third, no score.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. Oh! There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
A gorgeous night for baseball here. It's not Frankie Montas, who had to leave this game in the second inning after Renifo hit a line drive that went off of his 2 fingers, not his hand. It was definitely went off his fingers, left the game, and so Acevedo came in, and first pitch swinging is Tyler Wade, pops it up, and Nick Allen has it for the first out here in the third. Andrew Velasquez now the batter. We'll see Shohei Ohtani, who's leading off for the Angels tonight. Taylor Ward has a stinger, essentially day to day.
By the way, we have a real interesting about for Shohei against Acevedo. He throws a lot of changeups, and that's the one pitch where Shohei has been just out in front a little bit on a changeup. So he'll be challenged with a changeup. Velasquez loves to jump on the first pitch.
Shows bunt, takes downstairs, ball 1. I saw Andrew and Jeremy Reed working on some techniques with that front leg, particularly from this side of the plate for the switch hitter. Always flashing the leather, exciting defensively. Once this bat can turn that lineup over, could expect some really good things for this Angels team.
Especially with his speed too, Patrick. 6 stolen bases. You want that to get on base for Andrew and get into scoring position for that top of the order. Tonight it's Shohei Ohtani at the top of the order. We've seen Taylor Ward at the top of the order, and Trout following behind.
Oh, lays down a bunt and a good one with his speed. Can he beat it? Oh, what a play at third base. Noisy coming in with the bare hand.
Looks like Andrew Velasquez doesn't want to move, and Benji Gill right away pointed in. I think he might have got him though, Patrick.
I think so. Just a half step by the eye. Got a lot on that throw.
I don't know what it is about number 26 playing third base for Oakland. This got him. I mean, that is an incredible play.
For a second, the way Noisy had that baseball in his hand, it looked like he almost had a changeup grip, but was able to adjust, throw it down to Brown, and he got him. Wow, 2 down, brings up Shohei Ohtani. And Velasquez was flying down the line, 30.6 feet per second, elite.
Yeah, the average of what, 27 feet per second.
It took a perfect play to get him. That was a nice bunt. There's that changeup to Ohtani.
All you need is that changeup just in that inner third, lower half, and then Shohei can get that one pretty good. But if it's down and away, it's a tough one for him.
Another one downstairs. Ohtani 1 for 1. Had that little infield flare single to lead off this game, but as you can see, did not come around to score. Mike Trout on deck.
So 3 straight changeups.
Well, Gooba, you certainly saw this coming.
Until Shohei starts making good, consistent contact to center, left center on a changeup. He's been doing that on a fastball very well, but a changeup, they're going to see a lot of them.
Okay, 2-2. Slider misses badly.
I think he might have a shot at a fastball here now.
Here's the 3-1 coming to Ohtani. Ground ball, chopper right to Brown. And Shohei is retired to end the inning. Still no score here at the Big 8 of the 4th.
So a few months ago, I realized I was losing my hair, and then I found Hims.
And a licensed healthcare provider prescribed me this new spray. The results have been amazing. I only wish I'd started sooner.
Like, if you could start yesterday, do that. Regrow your hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Visit forhims.com.
Yeah!
Nice. What?
With the Game Time app, I pay 60% less than this guy. 60%? Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
In the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Somebody's celebrating a birthday there.
Having some fun, love it.
A tremendous crowd. These Halo fans and these kids here.
Did you say something about a birthday for Travis LaFile today? Our director?
Travis LaFile's birthday. Happy birthday. Shares it with some pretty impressive names, doesn't it?
Well, they're all impressed being shared with Travis. That's what it is.
Just to butter up all the right people, Gooby. Smart man. All right, so Michael Lorenzen. And what do we take from his first 3 innings?
Well, I mean, he's been throwing the ball exceptionally well. You're seeing some better depth on his slider. Fastball's been good. Changeup, when he stays back, excellent. Like that, that's a good changeup. Even though it's off the plate, it was a good changeup. Now, for me, I go right back with that changeup, maybe a little bit further off the plate. He's going to be forced to chase it because he thought that was off the plate. It was called a strike, so why not try it again?
1-2 now to Brown.
He shook it off and got back to what he wanted to throw, which I think is the right pitch to throw. Chad put down fastball, put down slider, threw a cutter, and Lorenzen wanted to go right back to his changeup. See if he get him to chase it.
And he does. Great call. Great pitch. 1 away. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Michael Lorenzen.
Real good change piece.
I swear, sometimes I feel like I'm in the game sitting next to you with these calls. That's a great pitch.
The follow-through, the hiding of the baseball, and the arm action. It's all set up because he can pound that fastball there.
So, by the way, this is Chad Pinder. Remember when Ramon Laureano was hit by that pitch from Lorenzen right on that hand wrist area in the 2nd inning with 1 out. He has left this game. Pitch kind of like that. So Pinder replaces Laureano, and it's the walking wounded for Oakland here tonight as Frankie Montas is also out of the game after a line drive up the middle off the batter, and Hefo hit his hand. And Pinder comes in the game. Velasquez, I thought maybe he was going to run that down and do something crazy, but it gets over his head for a 1-out hit.
Well, he ran that one in. That's a 2-0 swing. That's how much movement he has. Hitter geared up for a fastball, but that ran in on the handle of the bat. Pinder just strong enough. We've seen his power over the years. Strong enough to get that over the head of Velasquez. Not easy to do where that pitch was located on the bat. He's got a couple stolen bases this year.
All right, so Sean Murphy. Shift on the left side over towards Rendon, but foul. So 0-1. First A's catcher ever to win a Gold Glove. Sean Murphy. somebody was dominating that for him, I'm guessing, in the American League for decades and decades, for no way ever to get it.
I mean, yeah, Terry Steinbach was a real good catcher for a lot of years there. But yeah, Pudge Rodriguez, Ray Fosse.
That's right.
The late, great Ray Fosse.
When Terry was an all-star, you threw to him in an all-star game.
Yes.
We were trying to think. You made 2 all-star games. You threw to Terry once, and then I said, who did you throw to here? I believe it was here at the Big A.
Yeah.
You said,
I can't believe I don't remember that.
Oh, no. Oh, now that's going to try to beat the shift. Reniffo's going to have to hurry, throw to first, and they say he got him.
I got to believe they're checking that one.
Well, you see Eric Martin's first base coach for the A's is he's waving the finger, and Kotze's giving us the hand and the old earmuff signal there. Man, Murphy does get down the line really well. Remember, he beat out that double play.
That's not easy when you get jammed like that.
So Sean Barber, first base umpire.
Yeah, that foot's down there.
Is out. Maybe he was.
2 baseballs had barely any exit velocity. Then all of a sudden you got first and second.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and mark that down as an infield single. It's our Nissan umpire review. Kind of similar to the hit. Which had a higher exit velo? Ohtani's? It was 57, or that one by Murphy. So that was a good pitch by Lorenzen. And you know, perhaps Barber was screened either way.
I'll tell you, getting out of the batter's box that quickly for a big guy and a catcher. And Renifo did everything well on this one. Got rid of it as quick as possible. That foot down there, you could see easily beating that out.
On review, the call on the field is overturned. Runners safe. Oakland retains their challenge.
Well, there you have it. That's new this year, which I think is great to hear from these umpires.
It's outstanding.
It's such a great call by baseball.
Well, nice job by Renifo making that one even close where he was set up. Remember going back to that near double play turn when the transfer from Rendon to Renifo. Rendon was .50. Renifo was .43. And that was Murphy running down the line to prevent a double play turn. So you're talking about less than a second. That baseball was not hit hard. That was not hit hard.
I really thought that, and I know he was going to his left, and you know, and he's a right-handed thrower. It'd be impossible for him to barehand it. But I really thought that might have been the only opportunity he had. That one was exit velo lower than Ohtani's. That was 45.4.
But the thing is, there's some spin on that one too.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it a little bit different.
Dangerous right now for Lorenzen and the Angels. There's no score, top of the 4th, and it's Luis Barrera. And I saw last night Renifo and Barrera were kind of joking around with each other. It was almost like Renifo was trying to give him a hot foot at second base. And he said they played against each other numerous times in the minor leagues. High A, not at Double A, Triple A, but we're talking many, many years for Barrera in the A's minor league system. And this year getting an opportunity and swinging a good bat. It's in there.
A cutter to get back in the count. Very effective pitch for Michael Lorenzen. Barrera's rolled into 1 double play this year. Mentioned earlier that Michael Lorenzen's had 7 turned behind him.
So now it's 2-2. 2 on. Pinder at second, Murphy at first. Velasquez keeping Pinder honest at second base. And Renifo is the infielder in between first and second. Walsh at first behind Murphy. Outfielders play straight away and relatively shallow. The 2-2, fouled back.
It's a healthy hack and a fastball.
Mark, when you pitched, did Did you go full Monica Seles on the grunting?
Yeah.
Love it.
But I didn't perfect that grunt changeup, though. No, Bud Black tried to teach me that. Now manager for the Colorado Rockies, former pitching coach here for the World Series champion Angels.
20-year celebration. 2002 World Series championship team. For all of you members of that team, I'm talking to you. Get in here, get in the booth, hang with us for an inning. We're almost done with May. Who do we got to talk to? Three and two. There will be, Gooby, a big 20-year celebration June 22nd here at the Big A, and so I know we're going to see you all then.
Big spot here now for Lorenzen. 3-2 count. I don't think you're going because of the left-handed batter.
And Barrera's given him a battle.
Another cutter. He's throwing about 3 cutters in this sequence against him. He's trying to shoot the ball the other way.
Yeah, he's not getting cheated on these swings either.
You look what he goes with the highest whiff percentage, and that would be his changeup. You've got to have a feel for that on a 3-2 count. He's trusting his fastball. 62 pitches thrown, 42 of them strikes for Lorenzen today.
Of those 62, Gooby, this is the 10th to Barrera alone. From what you've seen in these sequences, what does he need to throw here?
I still feel if he was comfortable with his changeup, he would really be effective.
Oh, yeah, he got him. He went to the heater.
He went with Mo Larry the Cheese upstairs. Queso fastball upstairs, elevated. He was striking low, and a lot of those cutters went 4-seamer. Big punch out. Now you got to keep focused. Can't have that letdown. You got to make a great pitch.
Two down. Well inside. Looks like Chad Wallach got nicked by that one.
Look at a foul ball in that one.
So with Christian Pache, the batter.
Yeah, foul ball and then off the thigh. So ahead of the count, 0-1.
Not a lot of padding there, unless you consider giant quads padding. Which, Chad, it must run in the Wallach family. It's 0-1 to Pache.
Running that fastball, movement, 2-seamer. He's been really throwing his 2-seamer a lot and very effective. You look back at his career with the Reds, more 4-seamers than he does. Now the Angels this year, 33% 2-seamer. That's a 2-seamer there, 4-seamer. 32 with the Reds, who had his career only 18%. So he's had a lot more movement, a lot more effect on his 2-seamer, even though he punched out Barrera on a 4-seamer upstairs.
And Lorenzen gets out of it. He got him the changeup. Strands a pair of A's, and leading off the bottom of the 4th is the kid.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
What can you expect from ButcherBox? 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, and so much more. From farmers who believe in raising animals with care, with no antibiotics or added hormones, ever. All with free shipping right to your door. Together, we can make a difference. One meal at a time. Join ButcherBox today and get a free grilling bundle in your first box.
Halo history. Mike Trout, 9 years ago today in 2013, the youngest in AL history. Gooby to hit for the cycle. What was it like?
I remember that one so well. I mean, I'm thinking, how do we get a triple on that one? Then a double down the line. I remember, okay, this is Trout already. He's going to rock it out. And what do you do? Rock it out. Pitch down, right center. Crushed that one out. And that's when it didn't have that yellow line. You had to get it above the wall for that home run for the cycle for Trout. 21 years old. Wow.
He just got it out by, what, about 4 feet?
Yep.
And the fan, luckily that bounced right into the field. Mike's probably got that baseball somewhere special. And he leads off here in the 4th. So look at the youngest players to hit for the cycle. Trout, youngest, this is the youngest in AL history. He's 5th, Mel Ott, Heathcote, Vaughn, Cesar Cedeno in 72 is just 21. Mel Ott, what a tremendous career he had, the Hall of Famer.
Remember Cesar Cedeno, he was a great player.
That's a little flare to right field, and coming in is Pinder, and he retires Mike Trout for one away here in the bottom of the 4th.
The Angels trying to get a little flare action, but unable to get that one to fall in. Pinder runs it down. 2 flares last inning and a lot of pressure on Michael Lorenzen. So, like we said before, this is one of those innings where you like to see, obviously you like runs, but at the very least you want to give Lorenzen a little bit of a breather, have a little bit of a long inning, put some pressure on Acevedo. He's throwing the ball well, coming out of the bullpen, taking over Frankie Montas.
First pitch to Rendon misses. Lorenzen ended up striking out the side. There in the 4th, he's 5 on the night.
It's like season highs of 7 twice this year, Lorenzen.
Starting pitching has been excellent. 1-1 to Rendon. 0 for 1.
Rendon has been crushing off-speed pitches. And you have a pitcher that throws a lot of off-speed.
Off speed right there. And you look at Rendon this season, last 2, hard hit percentage and hits up the middle. His last 2 seasons with the Angels, obviously a COVID year, but up. Gooby, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign. I mentioned 455 versus off-speed pitches. And a slugging percentage of 818.
Here's the 1-2 fouled away.
The old 818. As far as slugging percentage. San Fernando Valley for you there, Patrick.
That's right. You've been an 818 for quite some time.
Yes.
They've added about 2 or 3 new area codes since you first got your 818. Just misses inside. 2-2.
Okay, this is one of those counts where he's thrown his changeup quite a bit on a 2-2 count, but you have a hitter up here with great numbers versus a changeup. Do you go with your #1 pitch against a guy who hits an off-speed pitch really well?
I'll say yes. He didn't.
He guided it in, but he went with his best pitch.
Well, so 3-2, you always tell me that's when the pitcher has to throw, and usually throws what he considers his best pitch is.
And the one he controlled the strike zone with.
Right.
And a lot of people think, well, that's usually a fastball. Well, sometimes when you have a lot of movement on your fastball, you're better off throwing your secondary pitch.
That's ground ball. Noisy. He's been busy, and he's been accurate. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, we will give you a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Pop my $5.99 classic and spicy 50-50 popcorn chicken combo. Order on the Jack app today.
So the Angels only have 1 hit in the ball game so far. That was a leadoff hit from Shohei Ohtani. And that's going to do it for Domingo Acevedo. Comes in and does an excellent job in relief for Frankie Montas, who left with an injury. No score, 2 outs in the 4th.
Using the old baseball stats only gives you part of the puzzle. But when we challenge ourselves using advanced tools and modern thinking, you'll see the bigger picture.
Challenge all things baseball with MLB Now, only on MLB Network.
There's something about a park. The swings, the slides, the dogs. You can throw your food and wear it proudly. It's where showing off is encouraged, even if it doesn't always work out.
So, you in?
It is showtime!
Angels baseball on Bally Sports is brought to you by Hyundai. To learn about Hyundai's advanced technology and award-winning safety, visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealers today. By Jack in the Box. Try Jack in the Box's popcorn chicken combo for $5.99. Get it classic, spicy, or 50-50. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. So Michael Lorenzen and the Angels in a battle here, score at the Big A. And another pitcher on for the Oakland A's. Adam Kolarek, his 13th game in his 6th MLB season. Frankie Montas had to leave the game after 1 1/3, left with an injury to his hand after a line drive. Hit his fingers, and Acevedo went 2, and 2 perfect innings, Mark. So here's Kolarek with 2 down and a lefty-lefty matchup facing Jared Walsh.
Yeah, he'll throw his fastball. He's in low 90s, but slider, a lot of sliders. Tough arm angle.
You see those numbers against Oakland. The way I see it is he's due. The first pitch, he was ready. He fouls it off. Benji Gill makes a young fan's day with that souvenir.
That smile, the dad, awesome.
Pumped. It's like, yeah, this ball looks a little more lively than I've seen the first month of the season. Not tonight, though. Yet, as you like to say, 0-1. How about that delivery?
Yeah, it's really tough for a left-handed batter to stay inside on the baseball with Kolarek. He can throw that inside, but he's really his #1 pitch is his slider. Throw an occasional changeup.
That one over the plate. 1-2. So if you're kind of curious, you're at home, what this looks like.
And he throws across his body and then slings it from that 3/4 delivery. So you're not seeing the baseball well as a left-handed batter as much out of the hand. Now, right-handed batter, you have a little longer to be able to see the baseball.
Here's the 1-2. A good take, misses. See Kolarek and some of the other Oakland A's players with the camo socks, camo hats, Armed Forces Day. And throughout Major League Baseball, some choose the socks, some don't. But either way, MLB supporting all those who serve. We thank you very much. Here's the 2-2. So count runs full.
Solid at bat, tracking the baseball. More likely now he should get a fastball. He's got good power the other way. Your fastball more likely away.
And right back to Kolarek. He snares it and retires the side. Still no score here at the Big A.
You want that home run feeling? Then step in the box and let it rip. Get ready for the Major League Baseball Junior Home Run Derby. Compete in your communities and swing your way to the 2022 Junior Home Run Derby Finals during MLB All-Star Week in Los Angeles. Sign up for free at jrhrd.com.
Top of the 5th inning against Oakland. Like Lorenzen going back to that 4-seam fastball, the grip and how that rides up in the strike zone. And it's compared to that 2-seamer that will have that sink fade action. Perfect spots, perfect movement. This is where he's got his strikeout so far. 4-seamer. Work that up there in the upper part of the strike zone and paints the middle of the plate. And also a couple on his changeup, a good fade changeup and a slider so far. But it was all those changeup strikeouts were set up by that 2-seam fastball. Speaking of 2-seamer, that tied him up.
Well, Nick Allen, number 9 hitter, to lead off the 5th inning. Oakland, the Angels, no score.
That's a pretty good pitch.
That looked very close, but doesn't get the call. 1-1. Not high school, Parker High School in San Diego. That's popped up. One shortstop to another. And Andrew Velasquez for one out. You know, if you wonder about, you know, how Michael Lorenzen stays flexible with those giant biceps, or maybe has enough stamina to get deep in some of the games. Well, yoga before the game, Chase Silseth, Reed Detmers, Noah Syndergaard, and you know Lorenzen is all about it. What do you make of it, Mark?
Yeah, man, for me, it's a great exercise because it's all about making sure your hips are flexible. And when you have flexible hips, because you're driving and going towards home plate, for a pitcher more than I think even a position player, the flexibility in the hips is huge. I think it's a great addition to the staff for the Angels to have that. For pitchers, in all positions, everybody, the same thing, but especially pitchers, because you fire those hips off quite a bit. And trust me, there's a lot of pitchers, including one right next to you, Patrick, have had hip replacement.
I know.
Because of that driving towards the plate. So, yes, it's good to have flexibility.
I think it's awesome. I'm just curious about, let's say, 1984 when you came up. If there's a ground ball, we're going to have 2 quick outs, hopefully, and Velasquez over to first. If George Brett and, let's say, Frank White saw you and Bud Black and Coney out there against the outfield wall with some yoga blocks you're balancing on your head. Now, what are they going to say?
As long as you get outs, we don't care what you do.
Maybe they're not going to say anything. The guy's that big, Noah Syndergaard.
You know what, I wish, I mean, I know I've talked a lot with Jared Weaver over his years, and he said that one thing, especially with his delivery, his hips were the part of the reason why he didn't have it even longer. He had a great career, but even longer career because of his hips. They were too tight. Now you have yoga to be able to make that flexibility. I think it would have helped him out tremendously. That's a pretty good deflection, isn't it, Patrick?
That's very good. I'm so confused. What did he say? All right, so Sheldon Noisy, this is good work here from Lorenzen. And there's a ground ball. Velasquez over to his right, throws across, and Lorenzen with a 1-2-3 fifth. It's the yoga.
Ward has been so good this entire season. That bat not in the lineup, at least early on. So important for the team. First in batting average, 370. On base percentage, 481, number 1. Slugging, 713, and OPS, 1194. That's in Major League Baseball entering today. Taylor Ward, and he had good numbers before against Frankie Montas, who's now out of the game, but wow, he's really made a difference at the top of that order and what he's done in his approach and to giving everyone in that lineup a chance to see a number of pitches.
You think?
So good.
I mean, he has been on an absolute tear. All-star MVP type numbers from Taylor Ward. Get back soon. Bottom 5, Brandon Marsh leading off, no score.
He tried to talk himself, talk the team into playing.
You know he
today.
did. You know he did. He hit that wall very hard. So tomorrow's a day game, whatever it takes to get him back healthy. But unfortunately, you know what's going to happen. He's going to drop right out of those qualifiers.
Yep.
After tonight, though, he will still qualify. But it's been close. He missed the first 8 of the season. Started the season on the IL to Taylor Ward, and then had some hamstring tightness. And then he smashed into a wall, but it's as tough as they come.
Remember, off day on Monday for the Halos, too.
Yeah, before Texas
that could
comes
come into play. We'll see how he feels tomorrow. You never know. He might even work his way into the lineup today. I know Mark Kotsay would love to see him take another day off.
Got him looking right there. That's something that happens a lot with this team. The 7 last night out of the 13 and the 117th on the season to lead baseball.
Yeah, for a team that doesn't chase a lot. So that's where you're calling in between. For a patient club. You know, you see, we saw it on social media. Why are you not up there hacking there with 2 strikes? Well, you want to stay with your approach. You're trying to force pitchers in the strike zone. But with those borderline pitches, they were strikes last night of those 7 looking. And that same thing there was a strike.
So Luis Rengifo now with 1 down. And I think the troubling thing would be, Gooby, is if reporters like us start asking players about, you know, striking out looking. This is such a hard game. There's so much failure in it. They don't want to strike out looking. They're trying to find their pitch that they can drive. That was fouled right back at us. Catches the screen. You know, but this is such a mental game also. You know, you have to have kind of Teflon a lot of times in this sport.
Well, for a hitter, if you're chasing out of the strike zone, the chance of you making good hard contact, barrel contact, it goes away.
Yep.
So you're trying to bring pitches into zone. So it's tough. It's really a tough balance.
And one thing Taylor Ward is so great at doing is, you know, he might fall behind 0-2 like this, work himself back into a count.
Yeah, Trout and Taylor Ward are unbelievable with that.
Unbelievable. That one's popped up towards the first baseman, Brown, and just drifts out of play.
Got to battle here. You got to punch this ball somewhere in the outfield grass if you're Rengifo.
I guess kind of what I'm getting at with this, you know, striking out looking, because if it starts getting in your head as a hitter and you're, you know, it's 1-2 and then you think, okay, I can't strike out looking, so they get you to chase something, and as a pitcher, that's going to be your dream.
I still think you go with your game plan that's been working throughout the season. Yeah. This is a little bit of a tough stretch they're on right now.
That one's hit to left field, hit well. Going back on it is Barrera. And Luis Rengifo puts the Angels on the board.
That's why you bring pitches in the strike zone, Patrick, because you can do some damage. Rengifo, first of the year, first RBI, covered. Luis Rengifo. In zone contact, trust, game plan, and gone. Where's that hat? Where's that hat?
Where's the hat?
Where's the hat?
They don't have the hat, just the glove. Interesting.
I think it's because that's the first of the year.
There it is.
The first of the year.
How about it? I just saw Rendon flip it to him like a Frisbee.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the first of the year, they didn't give him the hat. Come on. That's a tough room.
Well, we've seen the silent treatment before with the guys, their first career home run, first of the year, and he got the silent hat treatment.
That's all he wanted. Oh, so listen, this was a pitcher's count. And I guess we just had to start talking about it. He's got great power, the switch hitter, Rengifo, as you mentioned.
And that lower third, and he's as strong as anybody on this team. Him and Andrew Velasquez, sneaky strong.
That one is hit and fair by Wallach down the left field line. Wallach is going to get an extra base. That's a double. And the crowd starts to wake up here at the Big A on a Saturday night.
Pitch in the zone, gets down and just turns on it. Chad Wallach just past the bag.
It's been tough to get anything past Noisy.
Barry Vanover with the call and got out of the way. Do a little Texas two-step on a country night.
Nicely done.
What is it? You wonder if, you know, you love to drive and run if you're Tyler Wade here.
Yeah, but maybe
drag it.
You're thinking right up that first base line, a lot of room. Brown is way back.
He fouled that twice.
He did, didn't he? So just in case you missed it, you know, don't worry, Luis Rengifo did get to wear the hat. It was just delayed.
Yes.
Yeah. And he got the high fives as well. First homer of the season. First ribby for Rengifo. Looking to do just that, but it's a strike. 0-2. Tyler Wade, who is so versatile, making his 4th start in right, 17 in left. Majority of his starts at second base, but also plays excellent shortstop, position he played his entire life growing up here in Murrieta, California. 0-2. And another one got him looking. So 2 strikeouts in this inning. Looking, that's going to bring up Andrew Velasquez, but the Angels are on the board. Leading.
They painted that fastball lower half. Again, you take the good with the bad on that one, because you brought, for Rengifo, he brought a pitch in the zone and hits it out. Not in the chase mode.
So 2 down. 1-0 Halos. Bottom of the 5th. Andrew Velasquez with a runner in scoring position, and Chad Wallach. Off speed in there for a strike. Okay, so last 11. A .282 average. 2-out knock here, maybe a ribby. Bring up Shohei Ohtani. Throw him a slider, then a sinker. It's 0-2 quickly. So Kolarek struck out Marsh, allowed the home run to Rengifo, the double to Wallach. Wade struck out, now is ahead of Velasquez, 0-2.
It's a nice job of this, trying to make contact. It's a backdoor slider. That ball was almost in the catcher's mitt. Nice job. We're trying to get a pitch now that you can hit. See if that works out for him, because that usually is going to be an out. That's a nasty backdoor slider. Now you're just hoping for a mistake.
Another. He's gone slider, sinker, slider, sinker. Velasquez fights it off to stay alive. Does he stay with that same progression and go to the slider here?
See if he can turn the page on success. Usually when you think of Andrew Velasquez, his success is on that first or second pitch. A lot of success. As at bat continues, not as much success. See if it turns around here. Base hit last night.
And the 1-2. Ground ball, Noisy has Wallach in between second and third, but Noisy throws across to first to retire Velasquez and end the inning. But what we saw is this, and it is our All-State mayhem moment. Luis Rengifo gets the Angels on the board, and they lead 1-0 for Michael Lorenzen.
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup, or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Stay tuned for the 7th inning stretch for our Arco game break with Ken French and Bobby Valentine. As you see Michael Lorenzen on the hill for the top of the 6th inning. He's thrown 5 scoreless. And Jed Lowry is leading off for the A's. He takes ball 1. Reminder about tomorrow's day game. Patrick Sandoval versus Cole Irvin. Couple of southpaws on the hill. Coverage starts at 12:30.
Well, Cole Irvin used to work as groundskeeper.
That's right.
The rock pile back in the day. OC kid. A couple of OC kids going at it tomorrow.
It's true.
That's a pretty good pitch.
Yeah.
2 borderline. You remember last at bat, Jed Lowry's not real happy about that 3-1 cutter called a strike, and then he missed a fastball foul, tipped it straight back. Well, both of those pitches were out of the strike zone here.
Is he swinging?
Yep.
He is. And he swings right under that fastball. 3-1. Angels play Lowry to pull. Velasquez in short right field. Here's the 3-1. All right, check swing 3-2.
He was frustrated. He was trying to lay off that back-to-back fastballs, 4-seamers up, just slightly above the strike zone.
The 3-2 pitch. Fouled back.
And after that 4-seam fastball, almost exact same sequence like he did last time. That exact spot, 94. Foul tipped it back into the glove. Chad Wallach, this time he fouled it off into the stands.
All this man wanted to do was get an opportunity to start. The Angels have done it. But unfortunately, Lorenzen right there, a leadoff walk to Lowry. We'll have to battle through that. Get your red on at Angel Stadium with the Coca-Cola Angels Family Fun Pack for only $44. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more info regarding the Coca-Cola Angels Family Fun Pack, visit angels.com/funpack. So he lost Lowry. And that has to be concerning. Pitch count is low. Doesn't seem, Mark, like it has been a high stress. There has been some traffic in the 4th. A couple of singles. Struck out the side in that inning. See how he deals here with Seth Brown. Oh, maybe this gets 2. Rengifo, how about you take it yourself? Pitcher's best friend. 4-3 double play.
Notice that wise decision by Lorenzen. He knew exactly where his defense was set up. Ground ball up the middle. It's an easier play. It's a step ball in the bag to complete that double play. Initially put that glove up there, realizing there's a guy right there. Double play. 8th double play turn this season behind Michael Lorenzen.
Just a little tap on second. And that brings up Chad Pinder with 2 down here in the 6th. That was big.
Remember, he broke the bat of Chad Pinder on a 2-seamer in. He flared it into the outfield.
Ground ball. Yeah, Rengifo right there.
Doing all Rengifo tonight, Patio.
How about it? 6 scoreless for Michael Lorenzen. 1-0 Halos.
Every time he takes the field, he competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network. Every time he takes the field, he competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
focus on the Angels' success with runners in scoring position, or as we say in the business, risk. 200-plus plate appearances. I mean, Tatis at the top, but you have Trout, Ohtani, and Walsh all on the leaderboard, and that's really impressive.
Yeah, really impressive. That's why you need to get some traffic going on with guys in scoring position, how well they've swung the bat in those spots. There's some big-time names in there.
The only time, though, tonight the Angels have had an opportunity for either team, frankly. The A's are 0 for 3, and the Angels 0 for 2 after that Wallach double back in the 5th. But we got a pretty good guy leading off this bottom half of the 6th, Shohei Ohtani.
Saw Michael Lorenzen talking with Joe Madden in the dugout. You wonder if he's going to continue on. I think Michael Lorenzen talked Joe into giving another shot that next inning.
Yeah, some also talking to Matt Wise.
Yep.
There is that conversation. I imagine you would find a way to talk yourself into the game. How about that piece of hitting from Ohtani opposite way, his second hit. A little more exit velo on that one.
I was going to say, there's a slight difference in exit velocity on that base hit to left as compared to that infield single. And we knew this was going to be the case. Pitching change coming up. Shohei going down and getting that pitch and lining it hard to left. 2-hit game for Shohei Ohtani.
As soon as that ball touched the outfield grass, Kotsay was on his way to make that pitching change. This is a tight ball game. Kolarik's out. It's 1-0, and Mike Trout coming up, pitching change, bottom of the 6th.
Hey, Doc.
Good morning. Two crack the bottom line, please.
L-I. That's live look-ins.
And the next line.
Doc, that's MLB Tonight.
MLB Tonight, bringing the new season into focus. Only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone. 106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions. On Bally Sports is brought to you by the OC Healthcare Agency. Build your healthiest self at angels.ocnavigator.org. And by Arco, the official fuel of Bally Sports West. Now accepting all major credit cards. So Mike Trout looking to cowboy up, add on. Halos could use some insurance. Shohei Ohtani leadoff single. And Mike Trout leads us to our Bank of America impressive tool. Most runs scored Angels history. GA, Garrett Anderson, 1,024. Trout hot on his heels. Next run he scores will be his 1,000th. He passed Tim Salmon recently, Brian Downing, Darren Erstad, all incredible Angels.
And part of the reason why Kotsay brought in Trevino, he's thrown the ball well against Trout. So this is a pretty good matchup. At least they feel that way for Oakland. See if Trout can turn that one around. His fastball, he's up there at 93, 98. He'll throw a cutter, curveball, and a changeup.
So far on the season for Trevino, not the best numbers, not the best start for him this season.
It's really been command of the strike zone, or a lack thereof for him. Because we've seen him in the past where he can power his fastball through swings of very good hitters, and then mixing that good curveball and even his cutter.
It's Kotsay showing immense faith in this righty.
And that's what he's been able to get Trout to chase, is that high fastball. Trout's goal is to try to at least bring that down enough where he's going to be able to get the barrel of the bat on it.
Ohtani at first.
Almost everyone down there at that field level had their cameras ready for Trout.
Doesn't matter really what pitch you throw Mike. Slugging percentage by pitch type. Fastball 642, off speed 700, breaking balls 771. Only player with 640 plus versus all those 3 types of pitches. Now it's driven, but just foul.
Hanging curveball. Goes back to that slugging percentage versus breaking balls, and he crushes breaking balls. Now you're going to probably see that high fastball. This is where we get into that whole conversation of that borderline pitch being a strike or not, because he's going to try to go upstairs more than likely with a four-seamer.
Six stolen bases for Ohtani. And imagine checking on Ohtani is just as much trying to throw any timing off for Mike. Ooh, very close pitch.
There was that borderline four-seam fastball upstairs. And that is extremely close.
You wonder if that's a strike, if there's an automated strike zone, or if the automated strike zone coordinator realizes that's Mike Trout and might just let him slide on that.
By the way, Trevino's allowed 27 stolen bases in 35 attempts, so he's susceptible to a stolen base. And I think Shohei's going now 3-2.
Once again, Mike's able to work the count. 3-2. 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Lorenzen's been great through 6 scoreless innings. Ohtani's on the move, and that's ball 4.
Kotze's wondering where that pitch was. It's just a little bit below the strike zone, though.
Didn't miss by much if it did.
Good at bat for Trout against a guy that's throwing the ball well against him.
So first and second now for Anthony Rendon.
Huge moment right now.
Houston Astros already won today, 2-1 over the Texas Rangers.
Tell you what, Texas has really pitched well.
Yeah, they have.
All that enough down there in Texas.
How about Perez going CG?
Yep.
Oh, that one has eyes, and it's a flare. Ohtani had to hold up, make sure it wasn't caught by Allen. So now the bases are loaded.
Yeah, there's nothing Shohei can do on that.
No.
The reputation of Nick Allen, he's an outstanding defender at shortstop. He almost got to this baseball. Look how close that was on the dive. If he gets that, it's a double play, and all of a sudden, a big inning it looks like you have a shot at just by the glove. So the Angels getting a little flair. Nature boy action.
First hit of the game for Anthony.
They're having a conversation. I didn't really get that real good. I'm trying to find my knuckles somewhere.
Can laugh at it after the hit with Benji. So here's Jared Walsh. Nowhere to put him. Ball 1.
Advantage always goes to the hitter with the bases loaded. With a 1-0 count and with the bases loaded, that's some great career numbers. 2 grand slams, 588, 10 for 17 with the bases loaded.
Cream rising to the top, under pressure, bases loaded.
That's a changeup, 1-0. Again, always the thought process with the bases loaded, think 1 run. 1 run.
Infield in semi on the corners, right? And middle infielders back halfway. Maybe giving up the run there for a double play. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
There goes those numbers now with runners in scoring position.
Nice if we could pay that one off.
Loves to go his curveball and changeup here.
Looking to do serious damage on that fastball. Just missed it.
Yeah, he tried to elevate that. It was a lot of the strike zone. Good swing by Walsh.
That was a pitch to drive. Trevino knows it. He's ahead 1-2. That one misses.
He's tried a couple changeups in the sequence. One a good one, that one just off the plate.
We're in the bottom of the sixth. 1-0 Angels leading Oakland, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out. A 2-2 count to Jared Walsh. Struck him out, big out there for Trevino. One away.
Went back to his changeup again. A split finger change piece. Just out in front. We saw him golf one of those pitches out in Texas. Now a huge at bat here for Brandon Marsh.
One down, infield still semi-in on the corners. Ohtani 90 feet away. Trout at second, great speed. Rendon at first. Base hit for Marsh, could easily score 2.
Well, the crowd, Patrick, is just ready to erupt here. They're ready. Big crowd here tonight at the Big A.
They want to win, and then a nice Josh Turner concert.
Fireworks too.
Oh, come on.
Trifecta.
Start with the win. That's good take, 2-0. So you know you don't know, but you would expect that Brandon's thinking something that he can handle here. Nowhere to put Ohtani. But 3-0.
Now, a lot of times I'm a believer in the 3-0 swing, but you're going to get the exact same pitch 3-1 as you're going to get 3-0. So I'm thinking, make him throw you a strike here. He's in aim mode as a pitcher. You try to aim the ball in the strike zone, that's when it's tough to throw a strike.
So are you saying like make him throw you a strike, or take all the way?
Take all the way.
Gotcha.
Right here. It's all right, you're going to get that same pitch.
Oh, so juicy.
You got to believe you're going to get the same pitch. A lot of hitters aren't comfortable swinging 3-0 though. Shohei, remember that rocket he hit? That was his first hit he had on a 3-0 pitch. Mike Trout doesn't swing at a lot of 3-0 pitches.
So the 3-1. Oh, the ball is absolutely flying. That would be a swing. And the count is full.
So went upstairs and unable to control the bat on the swing for Brandon Marsh. Now there's two thought processes here for him to look for here. Still believe that Trevino's going to try a changeup, but he might try to elevate a fastball.
3-2. And he walked him. That's an RBI. Ohtani comes in to score. And it's 2-0 Angels.
That's huge.
What an at-bat to draw that walk. 3-0, take 3-1, 3-2, bat goes flying, and Trevino misses.
picking up his 23rd RBI on that one in the season.
Well, that brings up Luis Rengifo. Wonder what he's thinking. Switch hitter now from the left side. Base is full of halos.
That's a good take.
His last at bat, our Arco top tier play. First home run of 2022.
Reaction by Sean Murphy was perfect on that swing by Rengifo. Baseball went a long, long way, and they got the cowboy hat. Took a little bit.
That's some hazing down there. Hacking 1-0, just missing. A sea of red, and it looked like one A's fan came up with that baseball.
Buzz this change up here. Stay back. Lift this ball deep enough to get the run home. A lot of speed at third.
The runner at third sitting on 999. So close to 1,000 runs in the career of Mike Trout. Only one other Angel has hit 1,000, Garrett Anderson, 1,024. Trevino ahead of Rengifo. 1-2.
Wow, what a take that was.
That curveball just below the strike zone. How did he not offer this?
Probably because it's unhittable.
They're okay.
That's part of it. But it crossed the plate. It's not where Murphy catches it. It crossed the plate. That could have easily been called a strike.
Easily. Oh, that's a chopper. That's going to be a run play. Run number 1,000 for Mike Trout. RBI for Rengifo. 3-0 Angels.
A break. You think there's a play at the plate. The hesitation. Trouty, congrats. 1,000th career run scored for Trout.
And that's going to bring on Mark Kotze for a pitching change. Station to station. Bases remain loaded. That was a big add-on run here in the bottom of the 6th. Angels 3, A's nothing.
It's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
What does shopping for contacts look like at Warby Parker? Well, just imagine your favorite brands, take away the hidden fees, and add free shipping. There you go. Save 15% on your first order of contacts at warbyparker.com. When it comes to contacts, Warby Parker offers dozens of brands, including Scout, our very own comfortable, breathable, and affordable daily lens. Learn more about Scout or save 15% on your first order of contacts at warbyparker.com.
How about it? 1,000 career runs. Now, Luis Rengifo, Gooby, a chopper, and Trevino he can't seem to get it out of his glove because he has a force.
Yeah, he has plenty of time. And your mind always, as a pitcher, you're hoping there's something hit back to you for that force out. It's not going to be a tag play. Just a little bit of a bobble, then you hesitate. Ends up being a run, but there's plenty of time to make that play. It's a force out. If it's a tag play, it's maybe a little different. But Rengifo and Trout and the Angels will take it.
Really surprising that he did not go home on that play. How about the fastest to 1,000 runs, fewest career games, 60 years, going back 60 years. And what a list. Rickey Henderson, A-Rod, Kenny Lofton, Albert Pujols, and Mike Trout. Fewest to 1,000 career runs in game 1,325.
By the way, really underrated player, Kenny Lofton.
Oh, is he ever. It's ground ball. Over to second. Back to first. That is a huge double play turn. You talk about Nick Allen, and he got it over to Kemp quickly and over to first. The double play. But that run right there, number 1,000 for Trout, and a 3-0 Angels lead.
Yeah! Woo! With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Time for our Frontier Play Sense. Michael Lorenzen on the bump today, working that fastball with that movement towards the end of the bat, getting a lot of soft contact, a lot of ground ball outs throughout the entire game. And his slider, better depth today, also getting towards the end of the bat. There's ground ball action, 9 ground ball outs today for Michael Lorenzen. Loki dealing today, 6 shutout, 5 punch outs. What a job.
Still, though, maybe a little surprise, or because the Angels were able to score a couple of runs, that Lorenzen is out after 84 pitches.
The thing is, Patrick, again, he's still getting back into the starting mode,
yeah.
But he also had a couple big, long delays. Remember, he had to wait around a half inning when Frankie Montas was hurt, and then he had a long delay there, too. I think that's part of the reason. A couple pitching changes, long time in between innings for a guy that's still getting used to being a starter.
Totally understand that point. He lowers his ERA from 3.57, Lorenzen does, to 3.05 right now. He has gone 6 innings, is the pitcher of record. Ryan Tepera now in. And number 6 hitter for the Oakland A's is Sean Murphy. Fouls that back. I'm fine seeing Ryan Tepera come in here. We saw him in Texas. That one inning that got away, but there was a flare bloop double, ground ball, and then, you know, chaos ensued. It was an inning that got away from Tepera, but he was happy, fine with his stuff that he had. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, sometimes those things happen, but it's a good spot for a fastball. You want to see him just pound that lower third, and then you can get that split finger changeup chase, and you also get that breaking ball, same thing. Now you have that count where you get a swing and miss out of the strike zone.
The 0-2.
Good try there.
It's a man that looks good in that lid. Shake off of Wallach. 1-2 coming. Line drive, Velasquez. What else is new? One away.
Squid is everywhere, yes. Halo faithful loving that play by Squid with that quick reaction. That ball was hit hard by Sean Murphy. Reaction. He goes, yeah, no problem. Showed that defense in the opening today. Showed that ground ball action by Lorenzen and the defense, those defensive runs saved, on display.
That ball was crushed as the pitch was 84, exit velo 101. Tremendous play by Velasquez once again. Luis Barrera now with one away. Velasquez playing deep in the hole, shortstop. And the scouting report on Barrera, not so much going to play him to pull all the time with this defensive alignment, which is rare, you know, Gooby, because it seems like almost every single time the Angels will have the shift on.
Remember up in Oakland, there was a shift on against them, but then he hit a couple good baseballs the other way. So let's change that up. That's all about, you don't just stay with that all the time. You make adjustments.
Well, that's a drive to center field. Mike Trout going back on it and is there for the second out here in the top of the 7th inning. Mike's happy that he can just at least be involved in the ball game defensively.
And score his 1,000th career run. By the way, what a nice job by Michael Lorenzen again. Just going back to that performance by him tonight. Solid again.
In line for his 5th win. Starting pitching for the Angels has been really good this month of May, the entire season. A couple of hiccups, that's going to happen. Sandoval on the bump tomorrow. Pache 0 for 2. Expect a ground ball if he makes contact. That's what he does the majority of the time, although he has flown out and struck out in this game.
He's got 32 strikeouts in 118 at-bats.
It's a pretty decent whiff percentage.
One thing, this is an important guy too for to pair here. You want to have the number 9 hitter leading off the next inning.
One ground ball, Velasquez. Just a thing of beauty. Just really awesome watching him play defense. Good job from Ryan Tepera. A 1-2-3-7. Now it's time for our Arco game break with Ken French and Bobby Valentine.
Thank you very much. Just flying solo out here outside the Big A. Time now for your Arco game break. Certainly a lot of excitement inside the Big A, but a lot of exciting plays around Major League Baseball. Let's head to Pittsburgh, where the unthinkable happened here this evening, although not the unthinkable. How about the 3rd time it's happened this season? We go to the 5th inning. Brian Reynolds at the plate. Deep drive to left field. Caroms off the wall. Corey Dickerson can't get to it. Tommy Edman, the center fielder, has to pick it up. Here comes Reynolds around 3rd. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call an inside the park home run, the standing version. But St. Louis would hang on to win it 5-4. To Baltimore we go. Big league debut of Adley Rutschman. First overall pick by the O's, 2019. His first career hit, not a single, not a double. He is chugging into 3rd. How about a triple for the young man making his debut. That was the bottom of the 7th inning on a 2-2 pitch, but unfortunately the O's would lose that one to Tampa Bay. Congratulations to him. What an evening in baseball. But before we send it back inside the Big A for our game, in the bottom of the 7th inning where the Halos will take to the plate, it is time for a message from Arco.
There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
That ball is gone. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Trout.
The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Angels Baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Keck Hospital of USC and by Metro Water District. Small drips add up. Fix leaks right away. For water-saving tips, go to bewaterwise.com. So, Angels have a lead. Looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. It's going to be up to the bullpen for the final 6 outs. 3-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Mark Gubaza, Patrick O'Neill, Colin Bathe, our entire Valley Sports broadcast crew. A game that has seen Mike Trout score his 1,000th career run. Luis Rengifo hit his first home run of the season, also driving in Mike Trout. Jacob Lemoyne, who came in the last half of the inning, made a quick out. And that double play, 2 outs actually.
Yeah, he's got that power sinker with a slider and a changeup, but these are the points where you got to keep adding on and separate yourself here for those late innings against this Oakland team.
Tyler Wade 0 for 2. Wade had a noisy break it in.
That's a lot. I mean, that's an important thing too. You bring your corner infielders in, you make them aware, and then all of a sudden if you make contact, you get it by that third baseman because he's in to take away a bunt. See that on occasion with the first baseman too against Tyler Wade.
And Taylor Ward, another T-dub, replaced him in right in Tyler Wade, showing the versatility that Joe Madden can use with Wade. Heck, you could put Walsh out in left. We saw how he entered an all-star game out there with a great catch. We saw Rengifo go to left field also. That may be a little more unusual. That one is fly ball, maybe a flare. Anybody going to get there? No, it drops. Captain Chaos on the bases with nobody down.
Boy, a big swing like that sometimes can freeze outfielders and the sound off the bat because the ball hit that high, you think it's got a chance of being run down. But a swing, you think maybe he got that. And you can tell by that sting on his hand running down to first base. But that is a perfect sand wedge at the PGA tournament going on. They would love that. They'd be able to check up right on the green.
Yeah, Justin Thomas watching right now saying impressive. Sorry, I'm not sure who's leading. It's a guy leading I hadn't even heard of. All right, so Andrew Velasquez.
Real good speed at the plate. Real good speed at first. The 3-0 lead. With Shohei on deck. Joe Madden loves this opportunity here with that kind of speed all around.
Lemoyne facing Velasquez. Shows bunt. Pulls it back 2-0. This is when you like to see what Joe Madden and the Angels might be up to with all that speed at first base. How about 4 sacrifice bunts tied for the American League lead in 2020? Well, short season. That one's driven left field. Andrew Velasquez gives that one a run. Saddle up. That one's gone. His second home run of the year. 2-run job.
Squid going the other way. Opposite field blast. We said he's strong. Well, that's real strong to go other way. That's what you do when you get into a count. 2-0. 2-run blast. What a shot. Unbelievable in the field, showing some power. Second home run on 9 RBIs on the season.
Little Bash Brothers. Yeehaw! Does it with the glove all night long. And then comes up big with that 2-run shot, giving the Angels a 5-0 lead here, bottom of the 7th. Shohei Ohtani now. Ground ball, McGowan, shift on, and 1 away. So 2-0 count for Squid. Andrew Velasquez, who's going to become a fan favorite. I know he is already, but he is really going to climb the charts with this.
How strong are you to know you got that the other way? I mean, that is a long way. Long way. The opposite field. That's impressive. His teammates loving it. Those add-on runs, huge, especially against Oakland.
He gets away from Lemoyne. 1-0 to Mike Trout. Angels looking to snap a 4-game losing streak, season high. Game 2 of a 9-game homestand. 6 really good innings, scoreless from Loki. Michael Lorenzen, 2-1. Mike just misses that.
Saw him walking in today. Of course, he was grounding out there, and he saw the Van's shoes I had on. He goes, dude, we're going to rock today. And he went out and rocking it.
Love that mojo you got going with these guys, Gooby. They feed off it. We feed off it. The team, and you mentioned this early, despite the losing streak, there wasn't any weird energy. You know, still great vibe with the coaches going about their business.
It's all about the focus on the game today. Don't worry about what happened yesterday.
Clear that mechanism. 3-1. Mike Trout. Oh, he just missed that one. Hits that a country mile high.
That's some serious hang time to that fly ball. You know you just miss when you see a swing like that from Trout.
Barrera is able to retire for the second out. Can you name a Rams punter from back here from like the 80s, maybe mid 80s, that might have had that hang time?
I tapped out on Ray Guy up there in Oakland. Oakland's still here, so we can do that.
I'm sure Ray Guy got some punts off here as well. So Anthony Rendon now. That was a hit in this ball game, 1 for 3. I mean, most people at home would have thought Sean Landetta.
Yeah. Did a lot of good punting for the Giants, too.
Yes, he did. You're right. Sorry, I didn't expect you to mention the Giants.
Oh.
Unreal. I mean, I brought up Sam Huff and almost took a backhand from my fly eagle fly guy.
Still amazing Super Bowl champs. Rams, Los Angeles Rams.
How about it? Coaching job for McVay being that young. Got themselves a quarterback. Cooper Kupp not bad either. 3-1 here to Anthony Rendon. Draws a walk. Take that for the on-base percentage.
It's 20 walks on the season for Anthony Rendon.
Gives up Jared Walsh, looking for his first hit in the ball game. You know, this game really played into the Halos' favor early with Frankie Montas, who we saw a week ago with the 12 strikeouts, the 1 walk in the 7 innings. He had to leave this game after 1 2/3. Ramon Laureano also had to leave the game. He was hit by a pitch on the hand. This game was very, very tight. It was scoreless going into the bottom of the 5th. And Hefo solo home run. And the Angels able to get to that bullpen in the 6th. We saw Trout with his 1,000th career run. Now some add-on from Velasquez.
Really, just a great game by Luis Rengifo throughout himself. A Trouty, 1,000th career run.
With the add-on runs here, 5-0. I wonder, what that means for the Angels bullpen day game tomorrow. Ryan Tepera, it's been a while, but he pitched that 7th, 1, 2, 3. No, Aaron Loop, they're not messing around.
It's an important game. They know this Oakland team all too well.
Good healthy hack from Walsh.
This whole game was set up to start with starting pitcher Michael Lorenzen. That was what we talked about in the opening. He went out there and performed exceptionally well. By the way, Tim Salmon texts me, goes, those biceps on Michael Lorenzen, he goes, I thought there was something wrong with my TV. I go, yeah, they're gigantic.
However, he's never measured the biceps. That was the hard-hitting reporting I did earlier in the season. Nope. However, he does, and I mentioned this before, it's worth mentioning it again, holds the Cal State Fullerton record for pull-ups. And for Lorenzen, throws weights around like it's nothing, right? But he would do the full body workout, whatever legs, but he would always finish off every weightlifting session with arms. Like, wait a second.
We can see that.
Didn't you just finish arms and now you're going back to it? Runner goes, caught looking. But Squid with plenty of game. He's got it with the glove, but how about Oppo power with the bat? Second home run. Look out down in that bullpen. 5-0 Halos.
And here are the first images.
Hello, everyone. You don't have to leave the solar system to watch MLB Network. Just sign in with your TV provider info at MLBnetwork.com or through the MLB app. MLB Network, just about anywhere in the known universe.
You want that home run feeling? Then step in the box and let it rip. Get ready for the Major League Baseball Junior Home Run Derby. Compete in your communities and swing your way to the 2022 Junior Home Run Derby Final during MLB All-Star Week in Los Angeles. Get your community involved by hosting a local derby. Sign up for free at jrhrd.com.
Your Angels in action Friday, June 10th, as they face the Mets at 6:30 p.m. The first 25,000 fans will receive a rope hat, courtesy of U Theory Turmeric. For more on this season's giveaways, visit angels.com/promotions.
Rope hats, looks nice.
You got a frozen rope from Andrew Velasquez.
Wow, look at you, Patrick. Way to go.
Rengifo. It's a great night at the ballpark here. We're going to have it's country weekend, right?
Yeah.
Aaron Loop. I think it's only fitting that he would pitch at country weekend. Louisiana native. One of the nicest guys you'll ever want to talk to. Just so down to earth, so chill. But he toes the rubber with bad intentions, I'll tell you that. And as you mentioned, important to start this inning off with the number 9 hitter, Nick Allen. He's 0 for 2. Gets the call, 1-1. You also had a Aaron Loop conversation for Gooby Tuesday, did you not?
Yeah, I was laughing.
You're laughing to yourself over
yes.
there? Okay, all right.
He's pretty funny. I mean, extremely funny.
It's dry, right? It's a dry sense of humor.
I had an opportunity to talk with Aaron Loop.
I know you can't give away any of the future Gooby Tuesdays, the questions. I'm not trying to pry. My goodness,
but I'll tell you what.
I
was laughing extremely hard. These guys are great. Personalities, the edge, the vibe.
Changeup misses. 2-2. Nick Allen looks like he's about 14 years old. And I mean that with complete sincerity. A total respect, I mean. He's in the big leagues. At the end of the bat.
That's a tough play. That spin on the baseball. That's why you got to look it into that glove.
So Ken French earlier was taking us around baseball. How about yesterday in Chicago, Mark? Now, Fergie Jenkins is one of the all-time greats, right? Chicago Cubs. And he had this statue unveiled, and he was there to see it. And I know you've met Fergie Jenkins. This is one of the great statues I think you're ever going to see, and well-deserved.
Phenomenal. Throughout his career, he had some seasons where he had more wins than walks in the entire season. I mean, he was phenomenal with the strike zone. A great guy. Just an unbelievably great guy. I love the fact he's on social media now, and
yeah,
everyone gets a chance to just to see the type of person he is. That everyone else who had a chance to meet him know how amazing.
Well, here's an example. Fergie didn't really walk many. What a great windup.
I remember as a kid, my brother said he's like his favorite player, absolute favorite player.
This is Kevin Smith pinch hitting, by the way, and just driving that ball to the wall for a double. One out double for Kevin Smith, interrupting our Fergie Jenkins conversation with that pinch hit double. How rude.
Pitch out over the plate, he went with it. Some pretty good power the other way. You know how good a route Trout has been taking in the outfield. Had no chance of getting close to that one.
So Chicago, I just wanted to point out about Fergie Jenkins, because I remember he went to Texas and he put up 25 wins for the Texas Rangers. This is after a 14-16 season in 1973. Fergie Jenkins in 74, and a comeback player of the year, second in the Cy Young voting, 25-12, 25 wins, still a Texas Rangers franchise record.
And by the way, a Philadelphia Philly before getting moved over to Chicago.
Whoops. Yeah. All right, back to Aaron Loup.
Just don't give this Oakland A's team any life.
Noisy 1 for 3, and that's going to get through. And Smith being sent, no throw. Oakland's on the board. Earned run charge to Loup, 5-1. Just went with that pitch. Poked it through the infield. RBI single for Sheldon Noisy.
And the way that defense is set up, there's no play at all. And that's a wise decision by Wade out in right field. Scores a one-run game, tie game, yeah, you're going to think about home. You're just keeping that ball right back into that second base position so you can get a ground ball double play.
Here's the switch hitter Jed Lowry from the right side. Angels bullpen take away the first series versus Houston. Since then, 3.16. And the inherited runner scoring on 38%. So that's without that one series, what, 8 or 9 earned runs, I think, in that game. A couple of hiccups, though, in the Texas series. Angels had leads. You know, they're working on a 4-game losing streak. Easily could be 2-2, and there's no real panic. Halos are only a game and a half back in the AL West. A lot of baseball left to be played. It's May. Can't win it, but you don't want to lose it either. So Loup behind, Lowry 2-1.
You know you got a real good chance if you get that all-speed pitch away, a ground ball left side of the infield, you get a double play. It's Jed Lowry. And that's what the mindset is for Aaron Loup.
That's an awkward-looking swing, 2-2.
Good cutter.
Not a ground ball. That ball's driven out to left field. Brandon Marsh, it goes off the wall. Runner's going to be sent. Marsh had trouble with it. That's another RBI. That's a double for Lowry. Noisy scores all the way from first, 5-2.
It's always a tough at bat for Jed Lowry against the Angels. Remember, he threw the cutter to the pitch before, another cutter. This time he went down and got it and hooked it down to the corner. He kept it fair.
I had a feeling that perhaps Noisy was going to be held by Bush at third, but then it got past Marsh. It was tough to tell. Would have been close. Darren Bush, third base coach for the A's.
Another pinch hitter.
Yeah, Christian Bethancourt. He's going to pinch hit for Seth Brown. Movement in the Angels bullpen. We saw Oliver Ortega heated up earlier in this game, swing and a miss. 2 runs have come in here in the 8th inning. And Ortega is up once again. The shoulders on that young man. It's a ground ball. Anthony Rendon takes care of Bethancourt.
Big out.
2 away.
Slow down that momentum for Oakland. With 3 straight hits.
Yeah, double, single, and a double. And Chad Pinder, who came into the game to replace Ramon Laureano, who left with an injury to his hand after getting hit by a pitch. 1 for 2. Inside, ball 1. Sean Murphy is on deck.
Really throwing that cutter in very effectively. And you want to make sure you have Sean Murphy leading off next inning.
Two and 0. Big crowd tonight. Little uneasy feeling right now. 39,045. Here, hopefully, for the trifecta, as Gooby put it. Halo W, fireworks, and a concert. Swing and a miss. 2 and 1. So 2 and 2 after the foul ball at the plate.
Well, quite a few cutters today for Aaron Loup. You think maybe now little fade changeup away. He's got a good one, or even a backdoor slider. There's a lot of room that right side of the infield. It's going to force, if Pinder hits one that way, it's going to be a lot of coverage on that side of the field for Walsh.
Over 55% cutters he's thrown on his 21 pitches. Count runs full to Pinder. The righty Sean Murphy is on deck as well. Oliver Ortega getting loose in the bullpen, if not ready to go already. And he walks him. So that's going to bring the tying run to the plate. And Sean Murphy, who is making his way to the plate, and Murphy's going to make his way back because there's going to be a pitching change. Joe Matt is out to take the baseball from Aaron Loup. Oliver Ortega is in. Don't go anywhere.
There's something about a park. The swings, the slides, the dogs. You can throw your food and wear it proudly. It's where showing off is encouraged, even if it doesn't always work out.
So, you in?
It is showtime!
had to work out of some jams. Stranded a couple of times. Not a few, but he got out of trouble. The big man is in line for the win. Well, thanks to Luis Renifo. But the Angels needed more. Not only this, which was the 1,000th career run for one Mike Trout. Trevino couldn't get the handle. But right now, Andrew Velasquez's 2-run home run mark is seeming really huge in this ball game.
Mentioned you need those add-on runs when you're playing this Oakland team. Regardless of what they've done as far as players moved, they still battle. Kotze's done a very good job of keeping them remain focused, playing hard every day.
Oakland is 2 games over 500 on the road. And they always battle the Angels. These games between these two franchises always tight. So Oliver Ortega's coming in. High leverage, 2 on, 2 out. Tying run at the plate. Sean Murphy. A's catcher 1 for 3. Ortega.
Power fastball from Ortega.
Just 25 years old is Ortega from Nagua, Dominican Republic. The 0-1. He's ahead 0-2. Took something off there and went to that curveball.
Well, you could see his reaction. He knew he didn't get this spot where he wanted to throw. That was backed up on the inner half, inside part of the plate. You want to avoid that in this part of the game. So see how quick the youngster makes that adjustment.
And Murphy was looking to tie that up, this game up with that swing. Lowry at second base, Pinder at first, foul back our way. Right into the A's broadcast booth. How's everybody doing? Kipes all right?
They're all right. They're all right.
Dallas okay?
He did a nice job of protecting Glenn. He just had a birthday. You got to make sure you protect him.
JR's all right?
Yes.
Dallas is showing us all the tricks of the trade. That's
Mr. Perfect Game himself.
Dallas Braden. Len Kuiper, birthday boy yesterday. Happy birthday, Kuip. That one's driven over the head of Velasquez. Gonna have the bases loaded now. 2 outs.
That's an 0-2 hit.
Hold your horses here at the Big A on Country Weekend.
Went fastball again. I mean, he had a good swing on a high fastball to pitch before. I'm surprised they went back with another fastball upstairs. 96 with movement. Going back upstairs again.
Danger time, Luis Barrera. Fresh on his mind is what he did up in Oakland. The walk-off home run. And he could be a hero once again. Oh, that one gets away from Wallach. That's a wild pitch. It's now 5-3 as Lowry scores. And both runners move up now, second and third. So the tying run now at second base.
Overthrown breaking ball there, and it's not a whole lot Chad Wallach can do on that when that spin on in the dirt. Got to keep those shoulders square, but hit off that top of the shoulder and gets away.
So back on the 14th of this month at game 1 of the doubleheader, it was a 3-run pinch hit, walk-off home run for Barrera. 97 in there, 1-1. This guy's got some confidence. 3 runs in. Ortega with 2 down, changing sides with Wallach. 2 runners in scoring position. And this game has changed dramatically in a hurry.
Good pitch, just a little off the corner.
Just thinking out loud here, Gooby, with Pache on deck, struggling, right, with the bat, and Barrera coming in. I know he's 0 for, he's 0 for 3 with the strikeout, but came in hitting 370. We got first base open.
He's got to trust your stuff here. That's all. This is all it's about right now. Excellent plus stuff for Oliver Ortega. Trust it.
He spins a curveball in there.
Now you got to try to get him a chase.
Big pitch coming here from Ortega. 2-2. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Oh, that is huge. Throw down to first. Ortega gets out of it.
That is trust in that big curveball. Ortega, punch out. Halo's up by 2.
You want that home run feeling? Then step in the box and let it rip. Get ready for the Major League Baseball Junior Home Run Derby. Compete in your communities and swing your way to the 2022 Junior Home Run Derby Final during MLB All-Star Week in Los Angeles. Get your community involved by hosting a local derby. Sign up for free at jrhrd.com.
Angels Live, presented by OC Healthcare Agency.
Yes, that was some insurance run too.
Well, hang on here tonight and then go for the series win tomorrow. Gooby, starting with Angels Live, pregame 12:30. It's Patrick Sandoval, who won last Sunday at Oakland and has pretty good numbers against the A's.
Remember, he had a real tough feel for his changeup. He survived with a really good slider, so I expect that changeup to be a big player tomorrow for Patrick Sandoval in the afternoon game here at the Big A.
2-1, sub-2 ERA, and 6 starts this season. Can't wait to see what the Sandman can do on a Sunday. Brandon Marsh is going to lead off here. Bottom of the 8th. A lot closer now, 5-3. Credit the A's for getting to loop. 3 runs come in.
Sense of urgency to get back and get that offense going here now.
So we have some defensive changes for Oakland. Smith is now at third. Noisy moves from third to second. And Bethencourt there at first. And there's Noisy and Smith at third. Marsh is 0 for 2. The walk and a run scored. It's a ground ball. And right to Noisy for out number 1, bottom of the 8th. Moves up Luis Rengifo. Switch hitter. First home run of the season. Also hit a chopper, tapper, I should say, back to Trevino, who had a force out at home to get Trout. Couldn't get the handle. Trout scored his 1,000th career run. That run also huge right now.
Got an infield hit out of that and an RBI.
That's right. So Lemoyne gets the strike call ahead of Rengifo, 0-1. Raisel Iglesias looking for a little revenge. He's heating up to come in for the save. Unless, of course, the Angels can make this a non-save situation. Fine by me. Whatever it takes to get a vibe back for the Halos team that had started off to one of the best starts in franchise history. A couple of bumps in the road of late. Whatever it takes to get it done on the day.
Bottom line, if you hold on to this lead, you're one of 3 teams in the American League with 25 or more wins. Yankees, Astros, and the Angels. If you just hold on to this lead, that's all that matters right now. It doesn't matter what happened those last 4 games. It's what this game and this next half inning.
Yankees won again, didn't they? There's a ground ball. Allen has to throw hard over to the first, and he's able to get Rengifo. Hey, on this Armed Forces Day, baseball salutes all active duty veterans and their families for their service to our country. Go to MLBcommunity.org to learn more about how you can help to serve those who serve us. So 2 ground ball outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Brings up Chad Wallach. 1 for 3 with a double.
Trying to hook one down that left field corner again if he gets a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Tight slider again. He's throwing quite a few of them.
And the 1-2 struck him out. Lemoyne, a 1-2-3, 8th inning. Closing time here at the Big A. Raisel Iglesias. He's got some revenge on his mind. 2-run lead. Angels looking to shut the door next.
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of boxing's biggest stars. But top contender Rolando Rolly Romero wants his shot.
I'm gonna knock Tank out, and simple as that.
On May 28th, it's time to...
That's all you do is talk.
Davis versus Romero for the 135-pound world title, Saturday, May 28th, live on pay-per-view.
Streaming live on ppv.com.
get the save for the Angels. And for him, a bounce back. He's taken a loss in his last 2 games, but he's looking for his 9th win and 10 save opportunities. This is big for him, Gooby, in this situation right now, just to get that feel back.
Yeah, all those pitches working well. Going back to my Hyundai key for the game today, firecracker, and a chance right now for Marcell Iglesias to start firing those pitches, whether it's his changeup, his slider, or fastball, right back into dominating. We saw enough offense with a couple home runs from guys that you didn't necessarily expect it there, with Rengifo, first of the year, 2nd home run of the season for Andrew Velasquez the other way.
So Iggy is going to face Christian Pache. And then a pinch hitter and the dangerous Elvis Andrus.
That's why this first batter is so important.
Iglesias looking for a ground ball. Angels have a shift on the left side, but that's a fly ball. Hit pretty well. Trout going back to the track, to the wall, makes the catch. That's just 1 out.
Every once in a while, just to play like that, it stays in the yard, could build your confidence. Even though it was hit pretty well, it's an out. That could build the confidence for Marcell Iglesias. Hit well. Pache, you can see that power he possesses when he makes contact.
So with 1 away, it's Andrus. (5-3) Angels, top of the 9th. No shift for Andrus, and strike 1.
Yeah, because he uses the entire field so well. Mentioned in early, away late has always been his approach.
Great success here at the Big A and in general versus the Angels. Little check swing, and quickly 0-2.
He almost swung at that.
And he did.
I was going to say, trying to get out of the way, that back crossed home plate.
Just trying to save his life up there, and he swung at it, and there's 2 away.
See, because falling, that bat's crossing the plate.
See, it's a really tough call.
But you see it's crossing home plate.
Akatse's coming out to argue. No, I agree with you, but he's trying to get out of the way.
But the bat crossed home plate.
Right, no, I get you, but yep. was he swinging at the baseball, just in your opinion?
Well, he was up there trying to punch that ball to right, like he loves to do. But in the process, with his body going forward, I mean, I don't know why Mark Kotze is even talking to the home plate umpire. He pointed down to first base, and they rung him up.
Right. So you're saying if anything, go out to the first base umpire and argue.
Yeah.
Chad immediately calling down to.
And that's the right decision to do.
Yeah, Sean Barber at first.
Because as a first base umpire, you're seeing that bat crossing home plate. Now, was it the intent necessarily to swing? I don't think so. But
bat cross, all that matters is the bat crossing home plate.
Yep.
And that was a fastball like at his chest.
It's changing eye levels
a little. So Kevin Smith, who pinch hit for Tony Kemp in the 8th and had a double. And that was that part of that rally, 3-run rally there for the A's to get back in this game. They came up, had a chance to take the lead in this game. Whoa, into the Angels dugout. Look out. So 2 down, top of the 9th. One and 2, Angels 1 strike away. Crowd starts to realize and get on their feet. Nearly 40,000 strong. The 1-2. Paint. Got him. Ball game. The save for Iglesias. The Angels snap a 4-game losing streak. It's been a minute, but what do you say? We light up the halo. 5-3 final.
Total team effort started with Michael Lorenzen on the bump today. Dealt, and then Iggy picking up a save. Luis Rengifo, what a game he had. Playing defense and going yard. First of the season, 15th of his career. Toyota player of the game, Luis Rengifo.
So that's kicking off the trifecta, Gooby, right there. You get the W.
And by the way, can your dad come to the game again tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to say no, he can't. But it was awesome to have him here on a victory. And Michael Lorenzen was really, really good. He picks up his 5th win on the year.
Love everything about his performance. 5 strikeouts, 9 ground ball outs for Michael Lorenzen, pounding the strike zone. 5th win of the season, career high as far as W's for the Anaheim native. Michael Lorenzen had it work in some soft contact. Congrats to Loki.
Game time, 3 hours and 10 minutes, and win number 25 on the season for the Angels against 17 losses, and it sets up a great game tomorrow with Patrick Sandoval to get the series win. But it was Michael Lorenzen picking up the W, standing by right now with our Carlin Bay.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Hey, Michael, you snap a 4-game skid here for the Angels, keeping it scoreless for more than half the game. The Big A was fired up here watching you on the mound. How about you tell the crowd how you felt out there tonight?
Yeah, I felt great. Just wanted to get a win for the boys and, yeah, just get some momentum into tomorrow and then into the rest of the homestand.
How about the defense behind you tonight? How comforting was it to be able to pitch in front of them knowing they had your back?
Yeah, I'm a guy who pitches at contact, so, you know, it's 9-on-1 when I'm out there pitching. I'm not going to try and strike everyone out, so my defense, you know, means the world to me, and they always do a good job behind me.
Can you give us your point of view watching Luis Rengifo get that single? Mike Trout gets his 1,000th run of his career, the second Angel to do so. The crowd clapping for that one, as they should there. Absolutely, everybody. How fired up did that get the offense and help everybody kind of secure this team win tonight?
Yeah, I've watched Mike from afar for 7 years, so to be able to play with him and see it in person every single night, it's a gift, and I enjoy every second of it.
I'm sure this crowd would agree with you there. It truly is a gift. Now, before we let you go, how does this set the tone for the team as they look to close out the series?
Yeah, we got to win the series tomorrow, have a good off day, and come back, and the next guys we have, get after it.
All right, thanks so much for your time. Get out of here.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Patrick, back to you.
Okay, Carlin, appreciate it. 5-3, Lorenzen and the Angels win on Cowboy Weekend. And there's going to be fireworks, and then there's going to be a concert. And, of course, right here on Bally Sports, there's going to be our Angels Live postgame. Gooby, that's a big W,
man. Big W against Oakland. They battled, but the Halos pulled it out.
Win number 25. Don't go anywhere. We're going to give you complete reaction of this one with the Angels Live postgame show with Kent, Bobby V, CB. Don't miss it, and we'll see you tomorrow.